I should open with an anecdote or a little... Oh, hi. Hi. Welcome to Damsels in Dicestress, where people glare at me across the table because I think I'm funny, and they don't. There. Everyone's now in view. My name's Lyndon Rufus Winters. I am your dungeon master today. And every day, I guess. And why don't you all introduce yourselves?
My name is Morn Putman Trimmer. I play Agatha Pentecost.
Agatha's sick.
I'm sick.
Yes, a sickly child from the Regency era.
Yeah.
Who's now entered adulthood.
Imagine if one of us just wasn't from the Regency era. Actually, I'm from 2023. It's nice to meet you.
I've just touched a rock and time travelled, like on Outlander.
Yeah.
I'm Major Hibbard. That was weird to say. I'm playing Thalia Bronton, who is ginger.
Fun fact, you're wearing a wig. No one knew.
I think it was fairly obvious, to be fair. Fun fact, Talia's favourite flower is a bluebell.
Ooh. Nice. I'm Taya Campbell-Over. I play Rosalind Penhallow, who's really annoying. And a fun fact about Rosalind is that she received her first ever proposal when she was 14.
It's true.
And she still has nightmares about it.
Can't be that bad. You weren't even there when he proposed.
No, I wasn't. It was very funny. Ha ha. We all laugh.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha. Should we play Dungeons and Dragons?
Intro. And we're back. Okay, so last week we left off with the girls visiting Viscount Edward Sullingham's extravagant manor house on Park Lane, opposite Regent's Park.
Hyde Park.
Hyde Park, sure. We'll edit this out, it's fine. You made yourselves very comfortable in his home. He was generous enough to allow you to stay, and as far as you're aware, he has no plans to inform your families that you are 3 runaway children right now. Or adults, no.
I'm a
2
child.
adults, 1 child. But, well, I guess
Barely
technically you're
adults.
all adults, really, at 17 plus. I don't really know. I feel like you'd be considered an adult at like 16.
In those days, probably.
Rosalind was considered an adult at 14.
Stop it.
You hurt Nigel. You hurt him.
I didn't do anything.
Exactly.
My dad did.
Your dad was very kind to Nigel. So you arrived at his house, and he was kind enough to let you stay. You visited White's to see if you could find some information on your fathers.
Don't look at me like that.
Where you were politely informed there was a lovely cafe across the road where you could wait while Lord Sullingham went through your father's rooms and check stuff out. But that didn't quite go to plan, did it? Because one of you was not keen on doing as they're told, causing quite a scene, having 6 men chasing after you. But that was managed to be settled without too much embarrassment, I suppose. At least on the Viscount's part. You then had all your father's belongings delivered to the house, where you got to have a little rummage through them. You found an interesting metal box which you opened.
It rattled.
Yep, there was a rattly little box. You opened it up, and the only thing you found inside was a screen. And that's where we're going to pick up. With the scream still echoing in your ears.
Can I do the scream in post-production?
Sure.
Yay.
Was it just one voice of a scream?
Sure.
Oh, we could all have done it.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
It was very spooky and screamy.
Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
Wait, shall we start?
Wait.
We've already begun.
What was that?
You can hear footsteps as the Viscount runs down from the garden, and a couple more servants come in from a couple of different areas, having heard the scream, rushing in to see what had happened.
I closed the box.
Okay. What's the matter? I heard someone scream. Are you all well?
Yes, quite all right. There's no need for alarm. It was silly, really.
You're well?
Yes. There was a mouse, and it gave us quite a fright, and we're all very embarrassed about it now.
Make a deception check.
7.
That's cool.
Oh. Can I re-roll?
Sure. Trust you.
Oh. 8.
Nice plus?
That is with my plus.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. A mouse. Oh, dearie me. Well, they do happen. We have quite a few. It's the rats you have to watch out for. They're rather bigger. And we have many in London.
Oh.
Rosalind, shall we, perhaps see about getting a dress for you for this evening?
Yes, of course. We do need to do that.
And are you sure you girls don't want to join us?
Absolutely positive.
Quite certain.
Are you well?
I'm very scared of mice.
I see. Make a deception check.
13.
Okay. Yes, well, as I said, we do have a large number of mice and rats in the city, so it might be something you'll need to come to terms with, I guess.
Yes.
Have you found anything in the belongings to shed some light on your father's whereabouts?
No, nothing yet.
See.
I'm so sorry.
But we are very grateful to you for having them delivered, and I'm sure we shall continue to peruse them, and hopefully something will become more clear to us in the future.
Yes, and I'll ask around as well, as I said
Thank you.
before. Yes, dresses, shall we
Yes.
perhaps
Yes,
go and peruse some?
of course.
Wonderful. He offers you his arm.
I take it.
Cool. And you walk down through the gardens back towards the back of the house.
Sorry.
It wasn't funny until I saw you write it down.
No! I just wrote line about mice.
Could be important later. Who knows?
Right.
What if another mouse comes and we don't escape?
Yeah. Also, we're from the countryside. That was a stupid thing to say. Right.
Okay.
Fucking hell. Right.
Such an un-Rosalind noise. Okay.
Ready?
Cool. Continue.
Okay. How tall are all of our dads?
Gilbert's 5'5".
Okay.
Albert is
Albert?
Albert's like a
You mean Harold?
Oh, Harold. Yeah, sorry. Albert is not there.
No.
Harold is 5'6",
Okay.
and Frederick is 6'2".
Ooh.
Okay, thank you.
Because apparently height matters.
Okay. Have all the servants left?
Yeah, once they'd seen that everything was okay, they just kind of went back to their jobs. So now you're alone again in this carriage shed.
Well, you're not either.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
I guess we should probably figure out what we're going to take then.
Yes.
Right, well, my father's the shortest, so you should have his things,
Yes.
and I'll take your dad's, I guess.
Yes, that sounds... Yes.
Right. Are there any clothes?
Yeah, loads of clothes.
Cool.
Okay, I go up to your dad's bag, have a little rummage through. I find a pair of trousers, a shirt, a waistcoat, and a tie. Yeah?
Sure, yeah. Find all of those.
Mm-hmm.
I will do the same
Mhm.
in Harold's bag.
Yeah. These are their suitcases. It's full of all the clothes that they would have with them. It's got everything.
Okay.
I'll take a jacket as well then.
You need a pair of shoes.
Yes.
I think my boots might do, but you definitely need some different shoes.
They're not very manly, are they?
No, not at all.
Alright,
Roll a d6.
It's just a regular dice.
oh. 4.
3. So your feet are slightly bigger than Gilbert's. Poor little Gilly.
I think these might fit. I can just squeeze into them.
Yes. Just don't act like they're too small, I suppose.
I'll try.
Perhaps try your father's?
Alright.
Oh no, you've already got shoe size.
Oh, same size.
Okay, I shall wear these ones then.
No, same size as Gilbert's.
What about
Frederick.
Frederick's?
His is certainly going to be too big.
I'm not going to roll a d6 for that. I'm going to roll a d10. Where is it? Okay, that makes no sense. Size 2. That's the smallest we all. That didn't work. Okay, that was silly.
Canon?
Size 2.
I don't want to give him size 2 feet when he's 6'2". They can't
Fall
be
over.
canon. I should have rolled like 2 d6s.
I'll just take these and I'll squeeze into them.
Okay. Right. We should take jackets.
Yes.
And hats, I suppose.
Yes. You have a hat, don't you?
Yes.
May I have your hat, please?
Wow.
Oh,
Don't
Rude.
need it yet.
Oh, I'm taking it.
Okay. We should probably take these to our rooms then and keep them safe until Rosalind and the viscount leave.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
Fold them up.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them in my arms.
Mm-hmm.
Head back towards the house, towards my room.
Sure.
Where are we?
You have gone to a similar sort of study room where a number of dresses have been delivered. There are 4 dresses there. They all seem very similar in size to you. They should fit by the looks of it. There are, in 4 different colours. There's a sort of pale blue, a sort of rosy, washed out pink kind of colour. There's a very dark navy dress and a ruby red, sort of bright red dress as well. And they all look very fashionable.
Nice. I'm happy with them.
Good.
Okay. That was the question. I was like, they're fashionable enough for me to be happy with them.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, these are the pinnacle of London fashion.
Is the Viscount still in there with me?
Yes, so I picked out these, well, I didn't, but I had these 4 dresses picked out for you. I thought, variety, there must be something here that you would find suitable.
Yes, thank you. I was just wondering, do these belong to your sister, or...?
Oh, no, I had them delivered from down the road.
Oh.
There was just
That's so thoughtful of you.
a few streets away, quite a number of talented dressmakers and whatnot, so I have connections.
Thank you. Well, I shall have to send my regards to whoever it was that supplied these for me on such short notice.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
I'll have them delivered to your room to try on.
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful.
That would be lovely.
Okay, I'll do that right now. He signals to a man that was just by the doorway. He picks up the dresses, takes them up to your room. Shall I leave you to it?
Yes. What time shall we be ready?
I've arranged for the carriage to be ready at 6. I believe the opera starts at about 6:30, but we don't need to be there too early for the chin wagging and whatnot. It does get tiresome. We'll just arrive in time to watch the opera.
Yes, that sounds perfect.
I'm told it's the Marriage of Figaro. Do you know it?
Oh, well, I've heard the title, but I cannot say I've ever seen it.
Oh, yes, Mozart. It's quite, it is really quite something. I think we'll find it quite interesting. I'm afraid I actually lent out my box to someone else I wasn't planning on attending, but not having guests. But I've made some arrangements with a friend. We're going to borrow his box for the evening.
Wonderful. Well, I shall have to thank him too.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I'll leave you to it. I need to, yes, I'm going to continue resting for a while because of the...
Yes, of course, of course. Thank you again for all of this. You are truly showing such exceptional kindness.
No, it's the least I can do for 3 ladies in distress, I guess.
Thank you. I have always wanted to see the opera.
He gives you a little bow and heads out.
Nice, I'll follow the servant back up to my room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't suppose you reckon our fathers would have any money in their cases?
Perhaps. Should we have a look first and then...
I think that would be smart.
All right.
Right. So we go back
Mm-hmm.
to our father's stuff.
Cool.
Start searching.
Rummaging through again,
Yeah.
sure.
Looking specifically for money.
Yeah, tucked away, you sort of find £6 in loose change between the various different boxes.
I suppose this will have to do.
Sorry. Yes.
Right.
Do you think it'll be enough?
Honestly, I do not know.
All right.
I have what I took from home.
I have my allowance.
Yes, I should imagine it should be enough. Unless you don't think so, and...
I do not know these things. My father doesn't speak of money around me.
No, mine neither.
It is quite a prestigious gentleman's club, is it not?
Yes. I should hope that we won't actually have to use the money at all.
All right.
Of course, if we should need more, we would know where to find some.
Yes.
I don't know.
I-
Perhaps the Viscount would know something. Perhaps he'd be able to let something slip.
Yes. We must ask him then.
Yes, I hardly think he should speak to me.
All right. I shall speak with him.
Okay. Head back inside.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to my room.
Where's the Viscount right now? In his room.
Resting again.
Yeah, so you ask one of the servants, and
Yeah.
they say he's resting in his bedroom, and they offer to go and let him know that you're looking for him.
Yes.
Yes, one moment, then I'll see to it. He heads upstairs. A few minutes later, the Viscount slowly comes down the stairs, hand on the banister. Miss Agatha, you wanted to speak with me.
Yes, something has been on my mind.
Of course.
It is a silly matter, and you see, I would like to know what room number our father stayed in. You see, my father, he's a superstitious man, and he only stays in rooms with certain numbers, and I think it would come as a comfort to me if I knew the number of his room.
Yes, of course. Make a deception check.
What am I on about? 10.
Yes, it was the second bedroom, on
second?
the top floor. Yes, they have a number of rooms up on the top floor for guests to stay in. And they'd taken one of the two larger rooms that they have at the front.
So it was room number 2?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. You see, my father, he loves the prime numbers. And number 2, as you know, is a prime number, but most people don't think it is because it's an even number. But so that really brings joy to my heart.
Yes, I thought the same thing. Prime numbers too. Yes.
Yes. Oh, that's wonderful.
You're a bit of a mathematician.
Yes, well,
I dabble myself, of course. But it's really, I'm more of a historian. But yes. Wonderful. It's nice to have hobbies.
yes.
I'm glad I could put your mind at ease.
Thank you. Thank you.
Prime numbers, fascinating, yes. Interesting.
Well,
Is there more I can help you
no,
with?
that's just it.
I'm an
Thank
open
you.
book. If anything can put you at ease over your father, I'll do what I can.
I just wanted to know the number.
Very well. If you don't mind, I'm going to rest up still for this evening.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Again, the servants will help you with anything you need. The house is yours.
Thank you. Number 2.
Number 2, yes.
I love that number.
Fabulous. Yes, prime number.
Yes.
And he heads back up the stairs again slowly.
I go back up to Talia's room. I knock on the door.
Come and open it.
They were in room number 2.
Okay, well that's a start. Did you manage to find anything out about how much anything might cost?
Oh. No, I got so wound up with prime numbers. I didn't even think.
Okay, That's fine.
I made up such a farce. It does not matter. I know the room number.
Hopefully that should be enough. I mean, we're only asking to be shown round.
Yes.
I shouldn't think we'd need any money at all. But
How silly of me! I
come
didn't
in,
think of money.
in. Shut the door behind her. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yes.
We just need to figure out what we're going to do while we wait for them to leave, I suppose. Do you think Rosalind should know?
I would hardly think her father speaks to her about money either.
I meant about our plan, but
Oh.
I think it unwise to tell her.
I think it would put her in a frightful state.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, I'm assuming there's a maid in there helping me try on my
Sure.
dresses.
Absolutely.
Fab. So I kind of disregard the two blue ones. Immediately try on the pink one. That's the one I gravitate towards, and it's really pretty, and I feel really nice. And I'm just sort of like having a really silly moment where even though I'm really worried about things, I'm kind of like, I'm wearing a very trendy London dress in a very trendy London house. And then I try on the red one because I want to. And I'm less comfortable in it, but I like that it looks less like me. And I like that it feels new. And so I think that's the one that I'm going to keep on and wear.
Cool.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I don't know why everyone's laughing at me.
Okay, as you get dressed and ready for your night at the opera,
Sure, I hope you don't have to use the screen now.
I know.
you hear the carriage
Committed.
pull up from around the back. And
Before I go down, so I'm hearing the carriage. I thank the maid, and I leave my room and knock on Agatha's door.
I'm not in there.
Okay, I wait for a minute, sort of listen. And I go and knock on Talia's door.
Alright, open the door.
I believe...
You're in red?
Yes?
Come in.
No, it's all right. I just wanted to say that the carriage is drawing up, so we'll be leaving shortly. I wish you both a good evening.
You too. I really hope you do enjoy the opera.
I'm sure I will. And I go to leave, and then I just turn back. Be careful, please. And then I very quickly leave and go downstairs.
I give Talia a deer in headlights look.
It'll be fine.
Yes.
We just have to figure out how to get out of the house. And then it will all be fine.
Yes.
Can we see the carriage from the room? Like, can we see the street that they would pull out from?
No, your room is towards the back.
Would we be able to hear them leave?
Your room is the first one. Your room has a view of the street. You went and...
My
No,
room's-
Rosalind's in the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the second one.
You'll just have to keep an eye out then. Keep an ear out.
Okay. I suppose if we wait 5 or 10 minutes, they should be long gone by then, surely.
Yes, I'm sure. Yes. We'll wait.
Excuse me. Exciting conversations. Okay, so you're down by the, you're waiting at the, near the front door. You're joined by the viscount. He comes down all dressed up. A top hat under his arm, a red necktie, black suit. He comes and says, you're ready. Wonderful. Shall we? The carriage is ready, I'm told, so we can make our way there if you're...
Wonderful.
Shall we then?
Of course.
One of these servants opens the door, and you head down the steps to the same carriage you took a ride in earlier. He opens the door for you. Please, after you.
Thank you, my lord.
He helps you in. You get in the carriage and away you go. To the opera.
Did you have your reticule with you when you came into the room?
Yeah, because I was ready to go, so I would have had it with me.
Okay. Right, I suppose we should get ready.
Yes. I shall go to my room.
Okay. You're welcome to be in here if you'd rather. Perhaps for final touches, maybe.
Yes. All right.
Okay. I get into Harold's clothes.
I get into Gilbert's clothes.
Okay. Do either of you have a disguise kit?
No.
Right. Are either of you proficient with a disguise kit?
No, I don't know how I would know that. How would I know that?
It would have been one of the things you chose
Then no.
during character creation.
No.
Okay, cool. Run me through how you're are you disguising yourselves, or you're just wearing their clothes?
We're trying to disguise ourselves.
Okay.
So like hiding our hair up in a hat.
Yeah, run me through it.
So I've got the shirt, tucked it into the trousers,
Mm-hmm.
got the waistcoat on, and got the jacket on to try and cover any sort of remnants of boob. Twisted the hair up and put it into the hat.
Mm-hmm.
Wiped off any makeup that I might have on.
Mm-hmm.
Taking jewellery out.
Taken all of my jewellery off. And I'm practicing a voice.
Okay.
And I'm doing the same thing.
Same thing. Okay, roll me, I guess performance checks.
Do you know who's really good at those?
Shut up, Rosalind. 16.
4.
Oh!
They add up to 20.
One of you, I guess, could possibly be a young boy, I guess. The other, not so much.
I don't look anything like a man.
No. No, quite right.
What am I to do?
Okay. We shall have to find another way to get you in then. The plan was to go for a walk to see if there were any other exits anyway, so if I can get in, perhaps we could find you some maid's outfit or something.
A maid's outfit.
Well, I don't know, Agatha, you don't look like a man.
All right.
Unless we can find you some servant clothes and pass you off as my manservant. I don't know. I've never had to do this before. Though I must say I do like not having to wear any of the ridiculous floaty things that we have to wear.
It is quite comfortable.
It is.
But regardless,
I wonder if we could make you look like a young boy.
a young boy, how would we do that?
I don't know. We could speak to the servants. We could take some of their things.
Very well. All right. What do I say to them?
I don't know. I don't know how to talk to people. You know this.
Neither do I. I'll just ramble and...
Perhaps from a distance you could... I don't know. I think perhaps you stay in this, and then at least if somebody sees you from far away, they see the clothes of a man. And we try and get you in the back, and we figure it out from there.
All right.
Right. Perfect.
In the carriage, the Count turns to you and he says, just out of the room, did you know that 2 is a prime number? Not a lot of people realise that because it's an even number. That's just a thought that occurred to me.
You're so wise.
Back to you guys.
What is obviously giving Agatha away?
Describe Agatha's body for me. I don't know it.
We were literally talking about this earlier.
In detail. We'll edit that out. Make me sound cool.
Is it the large breast?
The chest region, let's say.
Okay, so Agatha reflects her player in that regards.
Yes.
Is there...
It's the waistcoat, really. The waistcoat sort of
it's
clinches and cinches and up it all goes.
And it won't button up because the waistcoat has clearly been made for someone who does not have any breast.
I mean, your father is a rotund man, but you're in Gilbert's clothes, aren't you?
Yeah, perhaps we swap waistcoats.
Okay. Does that work?
Sure, it helped a little bit. It's more comfortable now.
We need some way of disguising that.
I do not know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do.
Okay, put this jacket on. Do it up. Has it made a difference?
Sure, make another performance check with disadvantage.
Oh,
That's really annoying.
got a nat 20. Oh, okay. 18.
Okay, yeah. I think it might help a little bit.
Okay.
Well, at least now it's not quite as obvious.
All right.
Okay, let me hear you be a man.
Mm.
Channel your father.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm just going to burst out laughing. Hello, Thalia.
Hello, Agatha. Okay, but you can't call me Thalia.
Oh, this is all so ridiculous, Thalia.
Yes, I know, but I don't have another plan, Agatha. How else are we supposed to get into a gentleman's club?
What do I call you then?
We went over this, Sir Andrew Frederickson.
Andrew. All right.
Yes.
And I am Sir Toby Worthington.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Look, we need to try and get out of the house.
Yes.
So, open the door very slightly. Can I see anyone in the hallway?
Make a perception check.
11.
Okay, it seems quiet.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Shall we leave then?
Yes.
Put the hats.
It helps.
We try and get out of the house without being seen.
Sure. Stealth checks.
15.
6.
Cool. At the front door, you are greeted by one of the servants who sort of just kind of seems to be his job. He waits at the door. He's got a little chair sitting there.
Has he noticed us?
Yeah, he's looking right at you.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
We'd like to leave.
Hold on. No, okay. So yeah, his perception was an 18. So he sees your disguise. He recognizes it's you, and it's not his place to really say anything.
No, it's not.
Of course. Do you need an
Nope.
escort or anything?
We're fine.
Should I
We'd like to leave, thank you.
when would you like to return?
Whenever we'll be back.
Very well. Should I, if you're not back by the time the Count is back, should I inform?
Nope.
No? Right. Okay. Make an intimidation check. Or persuasion, one of the two. You choose.
Using what?
Persuasion or intimidation?
For intimidation.
Oh, for you. Yeah, charisma.
Sorry.
Natural 1.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay.
This is going to shit.
No, I will have to inform the Viscount if he does ask. But obviously, if you're not prisoners here, if you wish to go out,
And what do you think you should inform the Viscount if he asks?
that you've gone out.
Yes, and that is all.
That's all I know.
Fabulous.
Unless you want to.
No.
Are you sure?
Perfect.
Safety. It is London.
Goodbye.
Are you?
Start walking out.
Okay.
I
Tip my top hat on.
I tip my hat at the guy because I don't know what else to do as I walk past him.
This is most untoward. He closes the door. Okay. Right, you make your way down the evening street of Park Lane. Houses on your left, the park on your right. It's either Hyde Park or Regent's Park or one of the others.
It's Hyde Park.
Hi.
You remember the way?
Yes, I do.
Off we...
So
Oh, I've put all the money in my pockets, by the way.
Sure.
and off we go, walking towards White's.
Towards White's.
All your money? Yeah. Okay, cool.
So,
In
well,
various
all of my
pockets and
English
stuff.
money.
Mm-hmm, okay.
Right.
Okay, you walk down the street. There are various people out for walks and stuff. Get some very strange looks from some people, but nobody says anything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's working?
Make an insight check. You can both do one.
19.
3!
Thalia, you absolutely know it's working. Agatha, you absolutely know it's not.
Okay. Right.
At least for maybe like 50% of the people on the street are seeing through your disguise at this point.
Okay.
But you know,
well.
the sun's setting, it's getting darker, so who knows, right?
Do we get to White's?
Sure, you get to White's. Okay, at the bottom of the stairs, two footmen, as before, two more at the top. They both give you a nod.
Head up the steps.
Yep.
Sure. Okay. So you get up to the top ones. Two more men.
Oh no.
Natural 20. And it's despite all the adrenaline running through your body earlier in the day, you do recognize the two men were the same two men that you were kicking at earlier in the day, and they recognize you too. And they recognize you before you get to the top of the stairs. So by the time you get there, they've already locked the front door. And they look you up and down. They look at each other. They shake their heads. And they look at you again.
Oh, well, we just thought it would be a bit of a joke. We thought it would be fun. Are you not amused?
No, we ain't amused.
Oh, what a boring life you lead. And then I walk away.
Okay.
Once again, I kind of look at them and just follow.
Okay, you head back down the stairs.
Can we walk around the building?
Not directly. There's the next buildings are attached right on, but you could walk around the block, see if you can see some.
So we walk round to the back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see any sort of entrances in?
Make a perception check.
13.
Where's perception? Oh, 10.
Okay, so yeah, you head around the back. You find a sort of an alleyway that kind of heads down, and you see the back of White's has a sort of medium-heighted wall, 6 feet maybe, brick wall. And you can kind of, if you step back to the other side, you can kind of see over it. You can see on the second level, there's this sort of glass-covered veranda, a couple of different small wings coming off the back of the building, a couple of windows on each side. They're very small, sort of maybe 10, 12 feet wide each one. You can see sort of the very top of the building has sort of extensions added onto it, extra levels, just the sort of thing you've recognized from most sort of building work. The wall has a wooden door in it. You can see it's painted green.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we knew the front door was a bit of a stretch.
Yes. Let's go around.
Let's try this then.
Yes.
And attempt to open the gate.
Sure. Okay. Yep, the door opens.
Okay. Well, we've gotten further than we did on the other side.
Yes.
So we go in.
Sure.
Sort of look around.
Mm-hmm. Make a perception check.
17.
That's a 9. 12.
Okay. So in this sort of courtyard area, there are sort of bins full of rubbish. There's a small coal shed. The ground is just laid with stone. It's not particularly pretty. Your immediate thoughts are this is really just an area for staff for coming and going, that sort of stuff, storage. It's not somewhere where the gentlemen retire to.
Okay.
And if you look up into that sort of glass-covered veranda, you can see that's all candlelit, gaslit, and you can see various people moving around up there. But down here, for this moment, is empty. There were a couple of doors into whites on both the wings. So there's 3 doors probably. There's one on each of the 2 wings, the small wings, and one more central into the main building.
Shut the gate behind us.
Mm-hmm.
So, what room did you say they were in?
Number 2.
Which would probably be on the left side from the front, so our right?
Yes.
I don't know, it's a wild guess. So that door then.
Yes. Let's give it a go.
Head towards the door on the right wing.
The right wing from where you're looking at
Yes.
it. Okay. Cool. Make stealth checks.
12.
16.
Cool. As you are about to open the door opens for you, and you're greeted by a staff, probably a kitchen hand of some sort. They're wearing an apron. Their clothes are quite messy, covered in a sort of sauce, and they're holding a couple of like sacks of something on their way out. Oh, sorry. And they're going to make a perception check. So 7, so your disguises hold up. Oh, so have you got yourself lost, gentlemen? This tends to just be like, out here is not very nice. It's more for the for staff. Sorry. Let me get. Can I just get past you for a second? You don't want to let me get these out your way.
Of course.
And they're sort of I don't know, full of rubbish. I haven't given it any thought. He takes them and chucks them to the back. Yeah, are you lost? Did you get turned around?
We're just exploring.
Exploring. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's your club, I suppose.
Well, exactly.
Sorry.
No.
Just
no
wanted to
trouble.
make sure you weren't lost, and
Yes, and we appreciate your concern.
Okay, no problem. Sorry for almost bumping into you, getting you messy.
No, don't worry about it at all. It's quite all right.
Right. Dinner's going to be served pretty soon in the back dining room.
Perfect.
So we're just we're putting the final touches together on the oxtail soup.
We should go get ready for dinner then.
Yes.
Yes. Are we okay to just continue this way? Explore on our way?
Yes. I would just probably don't go downstairs into the kitchen basements.
Yes.
Because we're getting very busy down there, and people are going to be flying through in a second. But
yes, of course.
Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Head in.
Cool.
Can we see any stairs?
Yeah. So you you're greeted by a sort of largest kind of room that's kind of quasi storeroom, quasi just steps down into the basement. So in the room are things like dustpan brushes, that sort of stuff, a few bins, there's a pile of logs stuffed into one corner, and then stairs going down into the basement, and next to the stairs is a door that just goes presumably into the house.
Okay. Yes, we go towards the stairs.
Okay.
Stairs into the house, hopefully.
You're going down the stairs?
I don't know, I spaced out. Is it, were that upstairs?
Just only stairs to go down. Stairs to go down into the basement, and door that leads you through into the main building.
Right, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, brain didn't work.
Okay. Make a perception check through through the window of the doors, because you do know that on this level, actually no, it's not on this. Yeah, no, okay, yeah. So there's steps going up to this door. So yeah, make a perception check. See if you can see through the glass in the door.
19.
19. Okay.
9.
Through the window, you can see it's all very well lit in there. You know that that central glassed veranda is off to your left, and what you hadn't realised at the time is that yes, that's there, but also the entire floor, it seems, is an open plan into that. So as you look through the window, you can see quite a number of men sort of mingling around in the area.
Men like gentlemen?
Gentlemen, yes.
Okay.
There is a number of sort of couches and leather seats, and some people are sitting, drinking, some are standing, chatting with each other. In the corner, there's a large fireplace, and someone, like a couple of older gentlemen, are sitting there, with grey hair, looking old.
Okay.
Okay.
We open the door if we can.
Okay, yep, it opens. There's some music playing. Someone's playing a sort of a flute in the corner to entertain people. And people are sort of, interested in that. They're
Obviously, we don't like fling the door open when I'm trying to make an announcement.
A few people look your way and kind of give you a quizzical look, but no particular suspicions aroused at this particular moment.
Okay.
As everyone turns back to listening to the classical music that's being played. I guess back then they didn't call it classical music, they just called it music.
Yeah. So is there a doorway that looks like it goes to sort of the rest of the building?
In this room, you can see opposite you is a doorway that you can see a spiral staircase behind. Or through.
Okay. I gestured towards that.
I nod.
And we head towards that door.
Okay, so you're just gonna cross the room.
Yeah.
We're just normal men.
Okay. Make a let's just say make a stealth check. As you try to just look
14.
7.
Okay. I rolled a 15. So, as you're making your way across, a sort of an older gentleman, staff in the livery of whites, kind of joins you as you're making your way across the room. Gentlemen, can we help you? I do apologize. I didn't see you arrive with any of our members.
No, we're quite okay. We're just going to go get changed for dinner.
Right, and who are you here with?
Mr. Colin Jefferson.
Colin. Okay. He's not. Is he here? Make a deception check.
Oh shit! Just break my cup. 10.
Cool. Seven. Oh, wonderful. Yes, Colin's a lovely young fellow. I haven't seen him, but I guess...
No, he's joining us soon.
Well, this is most untoward. Normally, when guests arrive, you're supposed to arrive with him.
Sorry, yes. He brought us here and then he left.
Oh.
And he will be back.
I see. Well, yes. Have you been before?
Yes.
Wonderful. So you'll know that he'll be back for dinner, I presume.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, which is in about maybe he takes out a small pocket watch. Probably 20 minutes.
Yes, excellent.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, you're going to his rooms to rest. I see. Okay, very well. Have a wonderful evening. Sorry to bother you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. He lets you go.
Okay, through the door. Top floor. Yes?
Room number 2 would be on the ground floor, surely.
You said top floor.
Did I say who?
Yes.
Who?
You said the Viscount said the top floor.
And you would
I?
know this with your key
Key
mind.
mind.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, top floor then.
Okay.
So we head up the stairs.
Okay, you head up those stairs to the next flight. And that takes you. Yep, that takes you up to the second floor. There's no more stairs.
Are there?
4. 5 if you include the basement.
So there's 3 more floors.
You're on the second floor with 2 more above.
Right.
Okay.
And there's no stairs.
No, so you look around. You're just in a room with stairs in. There are a couple of doors to your left and right. You can hear a lot of noise through both doors. You can hear clinking and tinging and the sounds of cutlery and plates and all that sort of hustle and bustle being organised through the doors.
Through both of them.
Yes. In the distance sort of thing. Through a few doors.
Let us find another staircase then.
Through there.
Okay, you've got one on the left and one on the right, basically.
To the right.
So you've got one door that's going to head towards the front of the house and one that's going to head towards the right of the house.
We want to head to the right of the
Yeah.
house.
So where are we now? So we...
Go to the right of the house.
Okay, cool. So you head through that door. It's a room that is just a sort of just a sitting room of some sort. There are a number of men in there, sitting having quiet conversations. They're looking out. There's quite a large window that looks out down over the glass ceiling of the room below. You can see a nice sort of view of London out the back over various buildings, and there's 4 men in there at the moment. They give you a nod.
Give a nod back.
And in this room, there's just one door across the opposite side.
We'll go through that.
Cool. Okay, you get into this room. It's another small room, but people are passing around. There's opposite you is another spiral staircase going up. To your left, if you take a look in there, make a perception check.
17.
16.
Okay, so you look through the doorway there that's open. There are quite a few men in there, maybe 20, 30 men, all playing various different card games. It's almost quite raucous in there. There's a few moments where people are gathered round, looking over other shoulders, while 2 men are sitting at a table, looking at each other with cards in their hands. Elsewhere, someone's playing chess with someone else is playing checkers. All these various card games that are going on. You take it that's just obviously a room where people play games. Judging by people's reactions over various things that are happening, there's probably quite a bit of gambling going on. And to your right is the very grand staircase that you saw earlier in the day that heads back down to the hall.
Well,
So right in front of you is a spiral staircase that goes up.
yeah.
We'll continue with that then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Men do seem to have more fun than us, don't they?
Yes, they are quite rowdy, are they not?
Okay, you head upstairs. As you get here, you enter a corridor that turns to the right, so it will run perpendicular to the
We're loving our maths today, aren't we?
I don't think that's maths.
Yes.
Perpendicular.
Yeah.
Angles.
Sure. I mean,
It's the only maths Rosalind knows.
Okay, yeah. So you're up here. There's a corridor. On your right, there's 3 doors. On your left, sorry.
It's perpendicular. Sorry.
On your left, there's 3 doors. On the right, there is a single door on the corridor. And at the far end, you can see more stairs.
Do the doors look like room doors? Like, you know what I mean?
3 doors on your left. Well, all 4 doors actually have glass in them, so you can look through. The rooms all have metal lettering screwed onto them, and the first one just says meeting room 1. And if you're close enough to read that one, if you look to the right, you'll see the door says manager.
Okay.
Just continue on.
Yes, the top floor.
Cool. Okay, make a stealth check.
12.
20. Not natural 20.
Mm-hmm. Who's going first? What order are you walking in?
We're sort of walking next to each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Who's on the left? Who's on the right?
The left.
Yeah, I'm on the right.
Okay. Cool. Carry on then. Carry on towards the stairs. Okay.
We go
Up
up
the
them.
stairs if,
Yeah.
if we can.
Yeah, sure. As you walk past, you can see the meeting rooms do seem to have a number of people in, having some sort of businessy type meetings, and then you head up the stairs, which takes you to another corridor on the top floor. The ceilings here are a little bit lower than the other rooms, than the other levels, I should say. And if you take a look, roll perception checks.
5.
11.
Cool. You can hear noises in a couple of the rooms on your left. So if you look down the corridor, there's 3 doors on your left, 2 on your right.
Okay.
And you can hear, commotions in a couple of the rooms. Just sort of busying them. And on the doors, there's just a number on each door. So the one you're next to at the moment says 1, and that's on your right.
And to our left, say 2.
It does not. It says, you'd have to go down. It says 5.
We look for number 2 then.
Yeah, we're looking. Yeah.
Cool. You head down the corridor quietly, looking at the room numbers. 5 on your left, 4 on your left, and then 2 doors opposite each other. One's a 3 on your left, and the 2 is on your right.
In we go then,
Yes.
or attempt to.
Well, we all know what you can do with doors.
Yes. I don't always know. Yes. Okay. We try the handle.
Sure. Yeah, it's open.
Okay. Good. Well, that's good. And
Right.
we look in.
Sorry.
Sure. Make another perception check as you enter the room.
Just completely missed the box.
Natural one.
At 15.
Cool. You see no one. It's clear. You do see a maid turning down the sheets on the beds.
I pull Thalia. There's a maid in there.
Oh, sorry, was this room for you? I won't be a minute.
No problem.
We can wait.
Guess we wait.
Yeah, we wait.
Cool, okay. You stand outside the room, waiting. You can hear the noises of sheets being flapped out, spread. In one of the rooms on the opposite side, you can sort of hear a sort of wooden rhythmic banging sound. Probably, I guess, maybe... I don't know, what do you think's going on there?
Does it sound similar to something I may have heard before?
It's just rhythmic banging. There's no vocals to this.
Okay. Well, then I pay it no attention.
Starts to speed up.
I assume people are partying.
It gets a bit louder, faster, faster again. Like, I guess whoever's doing DIY work in there is really hammering it home. And then, then you hear a bit of a cry from the room, and the banging stops. Sort of a low grunt. Perhaps they hurt themselves. And then the maid comes out of the room with some dirty sheets tucked under, or the old sheets tucked under her arm. It's all ready for you now.
Thank
Sorry
you.
about the delay.
Thank you.
No problem, sir.
We go inside.
We go in.
Close.
Shut the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. There's a lock on the door if you want to lock it.
Oh.
There's a bolt.
Yes.
Yes, we'll
Cool.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. You slide the bolt over. And you look in the room, and yeah, it sounds very similar to the way it was described to you. There's 3 beds in here, two on one side and one below the window on the front of the house. There's a rug on the floor and a sort of deep red. There's a desk, a couple of chairs, deep velvet curtains around the windows, a couple of lamps, some flowers in a vase by the window. It's a room ready to be slept in, very tidy now.
Okay.
Look for anything.
Anything, anywhere.
Yes. Under the rugs, everything. We need to check everything we can.
Yes. If you find a loose floorboard, pry it.
Yes. If something doesn't look even slightly right. Okay,
Yes.
we do that.
Okay, make investigation checks.
Oh,
10.
7.
I'm just wondering if my thing means that I would get advantage, but
No. Yeah, you go through the room, you check under the rugs, you try and see if any floorboards are loose, you get underneath the mattresses to see if there's anything tucked under there, you turn out the pillowcases, you go through the desk, you check behind the paintings on the walls. You're not finding anything.
we must be missing something.
The Viscount said room number 2.
And do we trust him?
I suppose maybe not.
I mean, it is laid out like he said, but
Perhaps all the rooms look this way. But why would room number 2 have a maid cleaning it if
because
someone
it is
else
a hotel. This is what they do, I assume. Perhaps the viscount was mistaken. Perhaps we check room 1 as well.
Well, maybe he was mistaken. He did say the second room to the left. Maybe that's not room 2. He did say that, didn't he?
It has the second room on the top floor.
Second room on the top floor. So,
Perhaps he was coming at it from a different
angle.
way.
We did have to go past quite a few doors to get this. Was not the second door.
How long have we been looking around for?
10 minutes? The banging across the other side of the room starts up again.
I don't know, Agatha. I thought there would be something.
Perhaps we were wrong.
Or perhaps it's all been taken away when it was all clean. It does seem rather silly to leave something in a place that you don't stay at. Perhaps it was all for nothing.
Perhaps. I'm sorry, Thalia.
Did we pull everything out to look behind everything?
What did you roll again? You rolled like a 7.
I rolled 7.
No, I rolled 7, you got 10. Did you roll 7?
3 or 4 or 7. You got 10.
Apparently I got 10.
Checked everywhere you could think of.
Room 1 then, I guess.
Okay. Let's have a look. We leave the room. And I guess if we want to go to the second room on the top floor, where we came up on the staircase, is that like a back entrance? Is there like another?
No, it's just one stair. Oh, excuse me. There's just one staircase coming up here.
So it went 1, 5.
Yeah, so at the front of the house, there were rooms 1 and 2. And on the back, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, so they're all along one. Explain how the rooms are laid out again. So if we've
So
just come
1
up the
is opposite
staircase-
to 5, is what you
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
And then 4,
So
and then 2
1
and 3 are opposite.
1 and 2 are the front of the house. They take up the full front of the house. 1 and 2. And then at the back of the house, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And then the staircase.
Oh, right. Okay.
I mean, it seems like 1 is the other large room. The others, I assume, would fit 3 beds in them.
Yes. Let's have a look then.
We head to room 1. Try the handle.
It's locked. Who is it? Hello?
Do we recognise the voice?
Don't think so. One moment. And
we,
you can hear
I pull Agatha and run back to room 2,
some- Okay.
but sort of peeking out.
Okay. Yeah, you are peeking out. Make a stealth check. Both of you.
19.
4.
Okay. As you're running back down the corridor, you hear the bolt unlock on the door. Opens up. Door opens. Man puts his head out and sort of looks one way, looks the other, and just sees you dart into room 2 as you get there. Oh, very funny, very funny. Have you boys not grown out of that at Eton? And he slams the door.
Didn't the man downstairs say dinner will be in 20 minutes?
It'll be in 10 minutes now.
Yes,
10
he
minutes.
did.
Let's wait for him to leave then.
Good idea.
So that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Can we look again while we wait?
Sure. This is going to be your last look.
Natural one.
15.
Okay.
My heart wasn't in it. Wasn't
Yeah.
actually looking.
You, Agatha, sort of sitting down is sort of kind of giving up, just staring at the wall. This is pointless kind of thoughts. When you're staring at the wall, and that's when you sort of notice that the brickwork under the windows has some ventilation bricks in there that obviously help the walls breathe and whatnot. And you notice that maybe the one that you're staring at under the window is a little misaligned.
I look at it for a bit, and then I slowly get up and I make my way towards it. And I give it give it a little push.
Yeah, if you go to push it and it sort of, it moves a little bit.
Okay.
This brick is loose,
Alright, sorry, let me just...
slightly loose.
What are you doing, Agatha? There's no hope. There's nothing here.
The brick is moving. It's loose.
Well, try and open it up. Or whichever way it would
Yeah.
move.
Make a dexterity check. You've got to try and get your fingers around this brick that's recessed into the wall, and you need to pull it out. So,
21.
okay. It seems your fingers are dainty enough just to fit within the holes of this brick, and make a pull. Make a strength check.
Oh. 12.
It's not really coming out.
Thalia, can you give me some help, please?
Yeah, roll again.
With advantage, because I've got help.
Just no. This is your advantage roll.
13.
13. It's not coming.
Okay, move out the way. I'll try.
Okay.
Okay. Dexterity check to see if you can get your fingers into this thing.
It's not going to work, is it? Jesus. 11.
So you can't seem to get a proper grip on this brick. Like, you're trying to get your fingers are bigger than Agatha's, and they're not fitting into the little ventilation holes that are there.
I mean, if they did put it here, there must be an easier way than this. They certainly don't have smaller fingers than you.
No, you're quite correct.
Did we find anything that could have sort of pushed through to, like, hook it?
There's a number of writing implements on the desk. Long,
Or
thin things,
what
pencils.
if one of us took our ties, put it round the hole, and then yanked?
Could we do that?
So, like, you know what I mean when I'm describing these bricks, right? So they're brick size, and they just have lots and lots of little holes all the way through. So you wouldn't...
Oh,
I'm not sure what you're trying to do there.
No. I think we were picturing the wrong thing.
okay, alright.
But you know what would fit through? Which you probably don't have in is those ribbons.
Yeah. Well, is my hair
Up in your hat?
up like that?
Yeah.
In which case I might still be wearing them.
Or are you?
Yes?
Sure.
Can we attempt to feed a ribbon through?
You can push a ribbon through the hole.
But can we try and, like, hook it back?
But that's what I wanted
How would
to
you?
do with the
Yeah.
tie.
How would you hook it back? What would you use to hook the ribbon from the
Poke
other
it.
side?
scoop it.
I would say the pencil will fit in the hole, but I can't see how that would.
Okay, doesn't
You
matter.
could try.
I mean, we could use the pencil as like put it at an angle and try and pull it, I guess.
Guess. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Right.
Sure, you grab a couple of the pencils, put them through the holes.
Like an angle.
Yeah, and then try and use it to. Cool. Make a strength check.
It's going to be too much now. It's going to snap the pencil. 17.
17. Yeah, with you very, very carefully, slowly pull this brick out.
Oh,
We did it!
wonderful. Okay,
Okay.
we look inside.
Inside is a small black tied bag, maybe sort of fist-sized, dirty, dusty. Looks like it's got some sort of marking on it.
Do we recognise the marking?
You have to take it out and look.
Yeah, I take that.
Okay. Yeah, it has the crest of the Penhallows on it in gold silk, gold thread. That's the word.
I suppose I was correct then. This is their room.
Yes. Yes, I suppose you were.
But what's inside it?
I don't know. And I open the bag slowly.
As you look inside, you can see there's a metal key. There's a very old-looking gold coin and a small red ruby. Quite expensive looking.
What size is the ruby?
Whatever size it would need to cost £50. So I reckon quite small, I guess, but like big. Like it's not rings. I don't know. I don't know anything about jewelry and stuff. It's a £50.
Would it be
worth.
like the size of that, maybe?
I don't know
this?
why you're
Would it,
asking
like the
me,
one in
guys.
my
I know
dad's
nothing
ring?
about
Okay.
rubies. It's just £50 size.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay, it's a ruby. Oh.
it's expensive looking.
Do you recognise the lock that the key might go into?
No, I don't, but
It's small.
Like journal small? Like
No,
small door?
no. Like a lockbox size. So bigger than a door key. So smaller than a door key, bigger than a key that you might have on a book or something.
it is Penhallows. So perhaps.
Perhaps Rosalind would know. Well, at least it wasn't all for nothing.
Yes.
Can I reach in and take them out?
Yeah, sure. Well, probably easier just to tip the bag upside down.
I don't do that. I reach
Okay.
in and take them out.
Yeah, I guess one at a time. It's a small bag, so you
Yeah, I
take
like
each.
doing that. I want to look over the coin.
Okay. Make a investigation. Make a history check. So.
This I feel like. 16.
Okay.
Unless it's to recall in.
No. So this is it's a gold coin, quite worn, but you can still make out on one side is the sort of head of a man, and on the other side something is written in Latin, which you don't really understand them, but you think one of the words there is Nero, and you remember that that's a Roman emperor. And there is, you can read Roman numerals, and you can see that it's the date on it. I forget how they date coins. I think they date it from like the year of the the emperor's been there. So it's like, it has like, I don't know actually because I can't remember. Anyway, it's an old coin.
Can I have a look at it as well?
Sure.
See if I recognise it. 13.
Yes, it's an old gold coin
I have +6 for history though.
for Roman period.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. I guess we take it back.
All we have left.
Right. Put them back into the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Close the bag, tie it up.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Or like a...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything else while we're here?
How far along does this hole in the wall go? Like, is it just like a tiny...
Few bricks depth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, never mind.
There's nothing else in there.
It's a hole.
I was thinking, like, if it was quite long, we could, like, see if it went into the other room.
No, this is towards the front anyway. So it's facing. It's
Right.
the window towards. It's underneath the window that faces out onto the street.
No, I know, but if it was, like, if it went along...
I mean, it does because it's a hole into the gap between the bricks. Because you've got your inner layer of bricks and your outer layer.
So there is a gap there.
Yes, but it's brick sized.
Oh, okay.
It's just ventilation for
Fit
the
in
whole
there.
building.
Okay.
Can I like reach my arm in and feel around just to see if there's anything that feels like not brick?
Yeah, sure. Make a dexterity check.
Natural one.
Cool. Now your arms are too muscly to get through with a hole.
Can I give it a go?
Sure.
What is it? Stealth. Oh.
Dex.
12.
Sure, your arm goes in. Excuse me. You get your arm in, you can get it all the way up to the elbow, so you can feel around. It's just kind of a slightly, like you can feel cobwebs, the rough wall, you can feel cement. It's cold, slightly damp.
Okay. Thalia, there isn't anything in here. And I pull my arm out and just shake it.
Okay, well, we've got something.
Yes.
We should probably put this back on then.
Yes.
And I hold up the front of the grate and try and put it back
sure.
on.
Yeah, push this back on.
Put the pencils back.
Mm-hmm.
Time to attempt to get out then.
Yes.
Which way would we like to go?
Back the way we came?
Yeah, while you're having this discussion, you can hear a bell ringing. And sort of, you hear a few of the doors up on your level open and close, and footsteps going downstairs. So you could surmise that bell is announcing that dinner is being served in you recall you said the back dining room.
Perhaps not the back then. I suppose, did we come through a dining room?
No, you heard the sounds of a dining room being set up, but you didn't walk through it.
You went, like, past the staircase to the kitchen.
I mean, we can go out the back, I suppose.
Yes.
Yes. The men out the front would.
They would recognise us.
Certainly.
It would be funny, though.
It would be. Okay.
Out the back.
Yes. So we unbolt the door, leave the room.
Sure. In the meantime, you have arrived at the opera.
I exist. Yes.
Always. Your carriage pulls up at the front of the opera house, the Royal Theatre. A footman there opens the carriage door and offers you his hand for you to step down. The viscount steps out afterwards and joins you. You step out in this beautiful red dress. Make a perception check, I guess.
14.
Cool. At this point in time, it's quite quiet out the front now. You can hear the orchestra is playing. No one particularly notices the arrival of you guys as you make your way up the steps and inside to this grandiose theatre entrance. There's a few bows by men on the doors as they open them for you. Older gentlemen greet you. Oh, Viscount Sullingham. Wonderful. You've made it. The opera's just about to begin. And he says, thank you very much. I'm using the Sandringham box today, as I rented mine out. Would you mind pointing me in that direction? Yes, right this way. And he leads you up some stairs, up onto the 3rd level, and down a hallway. He passes 3 or 4 doors, gets to a 4th door, and as he opens it up, this cacophony of sound wafts through the doors that was muffled before and now is not. So you can hear the sound of this orchestra playing, along with this sort of bustling crowd noise of hundreds of people in the theatre, talking, shouting, laughing. He opens the door. He's like, this way. He gives you both a bow as you enter this private box. In this box is 2 rows of seats and some steps going down, so 2 layered rows. You head in. You take a seat. These seats are sort of plush red leather. There's a sort of banister with brass banisteringness to it. You look down and the stage is just to your right. You're quite high up, but you get a lovely view. You look out over the crowd. Everything is lit by sort of gas lanterns. It's quite stuffy. There's a sort of pungency to the air with so many people that have gathered. So many perfumes, different types of perfume. It's quite heady and almost dizzying. The music's loud, the crowd is loud. It's like, oh, please be seated.
Of course.
And he sits next to you. Make another perception check.
15.
Cool. Quite a few people are looking up to see who's arrived in this box. They want to see who they are. There's some pointing, some whispering. You get the idea that people have recognised that it's the Viscount is in the box.
Forgive me, but how do I look?
You look devastatingly handsome, dear.
Thank you. It is exactly as I dreamed it would be.
You've not been to the opera before?
No, I have not had that pleasure before.
Well, I'm glad that I could be your first.
Yes. I feel rather honoured, I must admit.
I think this will be quite a delight for you. I've seen this one myself a number of times.
And you found it to be enjoyable?
Oh, very enjoyable. It is quite a raucous affair, I think. The plot is certainly interesting. It likes to put people on the back feet. It's not always so well received by people of my station.
Oh.
But I find it quite hilariously enjoyable. I actually don't speak Italian myself. Do you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm not sure how quickly I shall be able to, but I am sure I shall get the gist.
Wonderful. I mean, I know the plot, but I've never understood the words as they speak them. But I do so enjoy the music and the dancing and the physical comedy is quite hilarious. Oh, it looks like they're about to start now. And the orchestra has gone quiet for a little while you're having this conversation, and then there's this sort of slow build-up of sound, and the curtains rise up to reveal a sparsely populated sort of bedroom with a chair in the center, and the play sort of runs through. There's some singing. They introduce Figaro and his bride-to-be. They have a sort of a conversation about their wedding that's going to be that day. And his bride-to-be, whose name is Susanna. Susanna's concerned that their rooms are very close to the count and countess that they work for. And she's worried that the count has been quite sort of overly friendly with her. But Figaro doesn't seem to see a problem. And they sort of show that. They introduce a number of different staff that are sort of comedy type characters. They introduce Cherubino, a sort of bit of a, you'd know him as a sort of rake. I don't know how you feel about these characters, but yeah, you get the idea. This play is about the various lives of the staff of these upper class society people, and the count is trying to seduce Figaro's wife and implement this old rule of being able to sleep with the staff on the night of the wedding before the husband gets to. And Figaro wants to make sure that doesn't happen. Susanna is definitely not into this, but the count is a sort of lecherous, dirty old man. And the Countess and Susanna coming up with a plan of how to sort of get the Count out of the way so the marriage can go ahead. And that's Act 1, as they introduce all these different characters. They're all bursting into song at different points. It's all very lovely, and there's a little bit of humour in there.
Don't really understand bits of the plot, but I'm enjoying the music and the costumes.
Fabulous. You guys are at the top corridor, heading towards the stairs.
Just as we come out, I listen into the door opposite again. Do I hear anything?
No.
Can I knock?
Sure, you can knock.
Does anyone answer?
No.
Thalia, we've already established that this is not our father's room.
Yes, I know, but it sounded like they were working on something. I'm just curious what it was. Are you not?
Not particularly, no.
Well, we've done the thing that we were supposed to do.
Very well.
Can I try and open the door?
Sure, it opens. Similar to the other room, it's got a similar layout. So it's, instead of 3 beds, there's a large double bed in there, 4 posters, extravagant curtains around it and stuff in a sort of thick, velvety green. Rugs on the floor. There's a large desk that's positioned next to the windows. A couple of oil lamps have been turned down low. It's a wardrobe.
What's in the wardrobe?
Make an investigation check.
21.
Cool. Yeah, you open up the wardrobe. In the wardrobe, there's a couple of different outfits that are hanging up on hangers. There's quite a sort of a fancy business suit of some sort, and then some slightly more casual wear.
Is there anything green?
Is there anything green? Yes, the pants are green of the casual wear.
Can I take them out?
Sure, you lift down the hanger. It's the pants are folded up over of the hanger with a sort of jacket over the top.
Thalia, what are you doing?
Oh, they're quite nice, aren't they?
Put them back.
I'm sure he can afford more.
Thalia, put them back.
But they're green.
They're green, but they're not yours.
Yes, and I won't ever be allowed to buy anything like this.
Take them then.
I fold them up,
Mm-hmm.
put the hanger back,
Mm-hmm.
try and just like stuff it under my jacket, like
Sure.
under my arm in
Mhm.
my jacket.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you see it? Is it hidden?
Yes, it's hidden.
Is it hidden?
Sure. More or less.
Thalia, this is ridiculous.
This whole thing is ridiculous, Agatha. We might as well have a bit of fun. Then I close the wardrobe and I leave the room and I shut the door.
Okay, cool. So you're standing outside this room now, with the stairs to your left that are heading down.
Okay, now we can go.
Very well.
Okay.
Head off towards the stairs.
Make another stealth check as you cross the corridor past the manager's office.
Nat 20.
20, but not natural.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you head across the corridor. You scoot past the meeting rooms on your right. They've all now been reduced to sort of darkness as people have left them.
Does it look like somebody's in the manager's office? Sorry, you were about to say that.
Yeah, I was. So the manager's office has a sort of dull orange glow coming from it. You could surmise that they've turned down the lamps when they've headed down for dinner as well.
No. I know what you were thinking, and the answer is no.
But what if there's something useful in there?
What, another pair of trousers?
No, Agatha, like bank records. Payments.
Right.
So perhaps we should take a look.
Yes.
Is the door open?
Are you trying the door?
Hmm.
Okay. It's
Well,
locked.
one... Okay.
You can knock.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no answer.
Okay.
Look, I'm not one of those DMs that says you can't do things. You knock ahead, yeah.
Well, it is up to you. Whatever you think we should do from here.
Well, we've got two options. Go look for a key or break the door down.
And which do you think we should do? How heavy of a door does it look?
It's reasonable, solid oak door with glass. 50% of it is glass, the top half is glass. It's stained, different colours, you can't see through it very well. The glass is quite bumpy and stuff, more like made for privacy.
I mean, if we're quick, we should be out of here before anybody finds it.
Dinner will take quite a while.
Exactly.
Very well.
Can I really quietly try and, shove the door open?
No, you have to either do it or not do it. Like, you're either gonna try to break the door open. Okay, fine. With disadvantage, roll a strength check. Just to sort of see if you can do anything.
Well, that was a 13 and a natural 20. So, 16.
Cool. 16 was the number I had, so...
Oh!
Okay, so, yeah, you give it a good, hard shove, and you can hear the sort of slow splintering of wood around the lock. You give it a couple more shoves, and it's not... You don't think it's too loud, especially with you can hear the sort of sounds of dinner below, like literally directly below you can hear the sounds of dinner. That seems to muffle some of the sounds coming out as this door, then cracks through the lock in the frame and opens up. Inside, you find a...
We push the door too behind us.
Okay, yep, you close the door. So it's dimly lit. There's a oil lamp sitting on a large desk, close to, sort of opposite you. with various filing cabinets and shelves and bookshelves all around the room. To your left, there's another door that goes through somewhere else. Yeah, it's quite dark. There's windows behind the desk facing you. Curtains, they're drawn. On the desk is a number of books, leather-bound books.
Can we go, like, look at all the books? I'll look through the desk, trying to keep everything sort of where it already is.
Make an investigation check.
Oh.
10.
6.
Rubbish.
Cool.
Yeah,
yeah, lots
almost
of.
a 15.
Most of the books are just sort of ledgers. On the desk, there's a book that seems to contain a list of all current wagers that members have bet against each other. That's on the top. You can, if you look through it, you see that that's it's very up to date, and there you can see that men are making wagers about some of the most ridiculous things. The current wager was between two men betting which raindrop on the window pane would reach the bottom quickest, and that was for £1,000.
Can I add a 0 to it?
Sure. If you there's pens there and stuff.
Just for fun.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, make a what did we say forgery was last time? I think we just said dex.
Can't remember.
So. Yeah.
Oh, we said sleight of hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we'll make sleight of hand check for it.
17.
Okay, cool. You look at the zeros and you do a pretty much perfect copy of an extra 0 on the end.
Well, if they're going to waste so much money anyway. Anything else in the room if we don't find anything in the desk?
Is there a bookshelf?
Yeah, lots of books. Get like just a wide variety of books. Some of them are sort of records, business dealings, rent payments.
Can I?
There's a membership book there that lists all the current members.
Yeah, can we have a look at all like the record?
The rent book and the membership book.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll take one each.
Okay, I'll take the rent book.
I'll take the membership book.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Just because you're being quick, it's dim light. So both roll. Just roll a d20.
16.
Nat 20.
Okay, cool. You were reading the membership.
No,
No,
the rent.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you look through the book, and it just it's just accounts. It just shows all the various bills that are going out weekly to keep White's up and running. So it shows the rent that's due, various accounts for butchers and bakers and cheese makers and
Candlestick makers.
they tend to use gas. Yeah. But there are a few candles being purchased. Coal, oil, all the various things that you'd know as well from your own house that needs to be ran. Nothing particularly interesting about it other than the numbers are much, much higher than you've ever dreamed of. In the membership book is current list of members. There's each one is numbered. It goes 1 to 400. Some are scratched out and replaced lower down with that number again with a new name. It shows how much people are paying for their membership.
How much is a membership?
£100.
For like a
year.
month, a year.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a lot cheaper then.
Can you like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, I don't know. I thought it
Well,
looked it up.
I looked up what the membership nowadays would be, and it's 85 grand a year.
Yeah, I can't remember
Which
what
was
it
the
was.
equivalent to like 700 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever it was, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, how many names do I recognise?
So you look down, you see all your fathers. You see them, sort of hovering around the sort of 20 to 30 numbers, so they're quite high up on the list. You see Collins right next to his father's. You recognise some last names that seem familiar that your father might have mentioned before. There's no one particularly like, oh, I know that person. You see, obviously, the Viscount's name there, quite high up. He's sort of number 10, 11 on the list. You recognise...
Can I add a 0 to his payment as well? Or are they not?
Everyone pays the same, yeah.
I won't do that then.
So, where was I? Yeah, you see the Viscount. You recognise a couple of names that you've heard about from sort of news and stuff like that. So you see sort of generals and things like that from the Napoleonic Wars. So you recognise Lord Wellington is listed down there. A couple of others. You don't know. You just know the names. You've heard of them. The king's name is at the top of the list that's been crossed out, and now bottom of the list is his son. So now King George the IV, whichever one is whatever.
Current George.
Yes, the current king's name is down there, along with a few others have been added recently.
Probably be George the Fourth.
I think it's the 4th.
But nothing particularly interesting.
No names shock you.
Who's the most recent name to be added?
It looks, just not names that you know, but
Okay.
it's a fancy sounding name. Viscount somebody.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in here.
Nothing in here either.
Although they do pay an awful lot of money to be here.
They do. Well, should we go back to the Viscount's place?
Yes, I suppose we should.
No more detours.
Of course.
No more detours.
I put the book back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're going to head out again.
Mm-hmm.
Make another stealth check.
No.
9.
Okay, so you're outside in the hallway now, heading towards the stairs. Again, the spiral staircase that takes you down to the previous level. As you're heading down, a gentleman is heading up.
Tip my hat and keep walking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gives you a nod and keeps heading up the stairs.
Okay, we keep going.
Keep going. We're going back the way we came.
Do we pass the room where men are being really loud and making bets?
That room is pretty empty now. There's a couple of people in there still.
No more detours. I don't even look at you as I say it.
Sulk a bit and continue following.
Okay. Okay, so you head across. On your left now, you can hear the raucous sounds of dining. There's lots of laughter, lots of clinking. You can hear someone's like going ding, 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 ding. Is trying to give some sort of speech about something. Make a perception check, I guess.
3.
8.
Cool. It's too muffled over the sounds of all the nonsense going on in there. So you head across to the staircase that you originally came up. You head down there. Okay. Which takes you down into the room where you were first accosted by the older gentleman. It's make a perception check as you look across this.
19.
18.
Okay, so you look across, and the room seems empty. The door across the hall, across the room, is inviting you.
We continue through.
Okay, cool. As you open that door, you can hear lots of sounds in the kitchens, and you can hear a couple of you can hear footsteps coming up the stairs from the kitchens, multiple footsteps.
I don't think we can get back out this way.
We'll just... We can't go out the front, Thalia.
We could if we move quickly.
The footsteps are now reaching the top of the stairs.
Okay,
Quickly.
shut the door and we'll just stand over in the corner looking out at the window.
Okay, yes.
We do that quickly.
Okay. Okay, so you go and stand, next to the fireplace.
Yeah, backs to the door.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Make stealth checks.
6.
8.
Cool. So you hear the door open behind you, and the sounds of a number of footsteps coming through and some sort of clinking and clanking of metal stuff. Do you turn to look?
Nope.
Okay. A small boy kind of pulls on your arm and says, "Oh, dinner's already been served, gentlemen."
Yes.
"Oh, very well, so long as you knew.
Thank you.
Not a problem." And then he's runs ahead of the people that are all carrying these big trays of food, and he's opening doors for them and stuff. And they head up the stairs that you just came down. And it sort of descends to quietness again.
Let's give it another go then.
Right. Back towards the... Well,
Mhm.
turn around, make sure there's
Yeah.
nobody in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Back towards the door.
Okay.
Open the door.
Yep.
Is it quiet?
Yep.
Cool, let's go. Down
Relief.
the stairs.
Okay. And you head out into the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Through the wooden door.
Yep.
Through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and shut it behind us.
Mm-hmm. And down the alleyway.
Oh my god! We did it!
We did it. That was ridiculous.
That was... Oh, that was fun.
It was, wasn't it?
Oh, they look like they have a whole lot more fun than we do when we're alone in a room. Well, they're loud, and they're making bets, and they're having fun.
They are, aren't they?
I could certainly get used to this.
Well,
I guess.
let's head back.
We didn't see the Viscount's name in the bet book, did
Yes, not in the bet book. Just in membership.
You didn't
book.
give it that big of a look. You only opened the last couple of pages.
Yeah. That's really annoying.
Let's go back. All right.
Okay. We need to figure out what we're going to tell Rosalind, I suppose.
Yes.
You remember the way?
Yes, I do.
Let's go.
Act 2 of The Marriage of Figaro. You're settled into it now. Your Italian is refreshing itself in your mind. It's hard to follow because they're singing a lot of the time, but when they're not singing, very enjoyable. The Countess is teaming up with Susanna to expose the infidelity of the Count, who's attempting to sleep with his serving woman. Susanna dresses up as the Countess at one point to try and trick the Count. I don't know what I'm saying. Cherubino, the sort of the rakish one, who's seems to be sleeping with a number of people. That's what they say, sleeping with. He gets caught in Susanna's bedroom at one point, doesn't want to get caught there alone, so it's very funny. He someone comes knocking on the door, so he hides behind a couch, hides behind the chair that's there, and the Count comes in, and the Count's then trying to seduce Susanna, and he's complaining about this cherubino man who is too much hassle, and he's gonna have him fired, and blah blah blah. And then there's another knock at the door, and the Count's like, oh, I can't be caught in here with Susanna alone, so he goes and hides behind this chair, and then the cherubino has to jump out from behind the chair as he gets there, and he sits in the so he managed to swap places, and everybody laughs at this sort of physical comedy. Susanna throws a dress over Cherubino, who's now sitting on the chair. He's hidden underneath it, and the Count's behind the chair. Another person comes in, and this person's then talking, and he's complaining about the Count, and the Count jumps up and is like, "This is an outrage! How dare you!" And everyone's shocked that he's behind there. And then the Count starts complaining about Cherubino and explaining how the man's a rake and that he shouldn't be trusted around women. And he's explaining how, last time he caught him spying he caught him with the Countess at some moment. And he was like, and I lifted up the tablecloth to reveal Cherubino, and he lifts up the dress as an example of what he was doing, and he finds Cherubino there, and Cherubino's like, ah, at that, and everyone laughs so much at this, and it's a very comedy-filled second act.
Yeah, there's a lot that I don't really understand, but I am enjoying the moments of the physical comedy, and so I'm just sort of laughing when everyone else is laughing, because I don't want to seem like I don't get some of it. I'm very much trying to just be like, haha, yes.
And make a perception check.
18.
Cool. So you notice throughout both acts, the Viscount he spends quite a lot of time sort of watching you enjoying the opera. He hasn't said much. He's been listening to you explain the plot in
words,
as you sort of translate and stuff. And sometimes he was like, "Oh, what did they say there?" And you explain, and he seems to be enjoying it very much with this company. Tell you what, make another perception check.
Okay. Nat 20.
Okay, nat 20.
So it's 21, but yeah.
Okay. So during some of the quieter periods, like in between the acts and stuff, you take time to sort of look around at the various boxes, and you're curious about who might be in these other private boxes. The Count points up to... No, not the Count. The Viscount points over to his box, and it's like, that's actually my box on the other side.
That's in a wonderful place.
Yes,
I'm enjoying the view from here, but
yes,
that does look wonderful.
Yes, it's I pay $400 per year for the box.
Oh, goodness.
But it's worth every penny.
Yes.
It's not though, because I made up White's membership on the spot because I'd forgotten how much it cost.
It's half as much as a White's membership.
It is admirable to champion the arts in such a way.
Yes, of course. There's nothing greater. I mean, how else would we spend all our days?
Of course.
And yeah, so you're looking at all these various boxes, and you can sort of see in the darker ones, some of them they've turned down the gas lamps and stuff, so they're quite a lot darker. You can see there's still people in those boxes, but they've turned out the lights almost, and you can see the sort of commotion and sort of, I guess people are being silly in them, like wrestling or something, rather than paying attention to the play. There might even be, you're slightly worried that there's directly across, there might be a bit of a fight between a man and a woman. There seems to be something going on there.
Forgive me if this is a silly question, but why do some people choose to sit in the dark and watch?
Oh, they prefer their privacy.
I see.
There's a lot of eyes here, and yes, some people prefer more private for their entertainments.
I suppose I can understand that. In Bledlow, sometimes it is difficult to go about one's day without being spoken to by one's many admirers and such.
Yes, quite right. I think the sort of privacy they seek here is a little more intimate, but yes. And this is your first time ever to the theatre?
I guess. I'm afraid I have not been to London. Not since I was a very small child.
Well, things can get rather raucous, especially towards the ending. We can leave early.
Oh, it's quite
to
all
avoid
right.
the,
Well, whatever you think is most appropriate. I will trust your opinion.
I think you might find leaving earlier to suit your disposition rather better. I would hate for you to be sort of shocked by any of the behaviour that comes later in the evening, especially when the lower classes arrive. They tend to just come for the final act or two, for the cheaper tickets, and things can often get a little out of hand.
I see. Forgive me if these questions are foolish. I simply want to ensure that I am behaving adequately. But
you are behaving wonderfully.
Thank you. So it is customary for most ladies to leave early then.
I just think perhaps in your case it might be wiser.
Of course. Well, I trust you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, looks like the third act's about to start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that seems like a good place
Good
to start.
break?
Then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
God.
Don't take my line. I was building dramatic tension.
Small.
Chris Pine.
Okay. Where were we? Young ladies walking through the streets of London alone.
Dressed as gentlemen.
Oh yeah, I can
Dressed
get
as
your hat
gentlemen
on.
in the dark.
And I'm on what, Act 4 of the Marriage of Figaro? Act 3?
Act 3.
Act 3.
Yes, Act 3 has just begun.
It's really messed me up that this is a cold drink.
Shall we go through Act 3?
Of course.
Wonderful. Just the act begins much like many of the others. There is lots of cross-dressing. Men dressing up as women, disguising themselves. Women dressing up as other women, which is not cross-dressing. That's just another description of something that's happening. I don't want you to think I'm stupid. All the staff are trying to trick the Count into revealing himself and stuff, and all his plans are getting made awry, I guess. And he's being made to look a fool by all these staff. How does that feel with you, watching this play? Like basically the running commentary that you're picking up on this play is that the upper class are rather foolish and being made the butt of jokes by these servants.
It doesn't really land with me. It's not going over my head, but it's just sort of like, oh, haha, very funny. I think, so a lot of the play for me just is so silly and absurd. And yeah, so Rosalind's really not taking in the social commentary of it. I'm more just, enjoying the laughs, enjoying the music, focusing really hard on my Italian because I'm really aware of the viscount next to me, and I'm really aware that I want to get it right when he asks me to translate bits. So I'm focusing on that. I'm a bit distracted by the dark boxes. I'm like, it's a little bit not what I thought it would be like. But I'm just trying to act like I understand it, so I'm actually not paying attention to that much of it, if that makes sense. But I'm enjoying bits of it, and I'm laughing when I'm supposed to laugh.
Cool. So in this act is when the Count is invited to a rendezvous in the gardens with Susanna. Unbeknownst to him, Susanna is actually the Countess disguised as Susanna, and he confesses his desire for her while Figaro is hiding in the dark watching this, also unaware of the swap that's partaken. So he sees Susanna flirting with the Count. And the Count sees the Countess as Susanna flirting with him, and they go off behind the curtains to do something. And the rest of the crowd finds this hilarious. You're not quite sure, I guess, what it is. The joke's gone over your head this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing something, and there's a lot of hollering and whooping as they go backstage. And you just get the feeling you've missed out on a joke there. And then sort of that act kind of ends again with Figaro gets punched in the nose by the Count at one point. You're not totally sure why. I think there was just more mistaken identities. But Figaro's still not managed to marry his love yet, as the Count keeps semi-successfully interfering so that he can have his way with Susanna. The curtain comes down, and there's another brief interlude as people start to file in from outside. A lot of sort of working class people are coming in to fill in the pits, and above you is the pigeonholes that are now getting very raucous and filled with a number of men and women off the streets, getting the cheap tickets. So the whole, what was loud before now is twice as loud. And you do notice a few boxes start to empty and stuff like that. And the viscount turns to you, and he's like, "It's usually about this time that we tend to head home if we're not super keen on the opera. Super keen is how people talked back then. I don't know. Would you like to leave now, or are you interested in seeing the end of the opera?"
Well, I would like to see how the story resolves, but I should hate to stay if that were not appropriate. I trust your judgment.
Yes, let's head off, shall we?
And you can tell me what happens in the end.
Yes, as best as I can. Yes. Okay, so you leave the box and you head out, make your way outside, flag down your carriage. The carriage driver's just been waiting there, reading a newspaper in the back of the carriage, keeping warm. He gets you guys all set up, and you start making your way back across London from Coventry Gardens back to
Coventry Garden.
Yes, Covent Garden, back to Park Lane. Takes about half an hour, I guess. It's now dark. Lamps are being lit on the streets and stuff to provide security and navigation aids to home. In the meantime, you guys would have safely returned to the Viscount's home. Find yourself standing outside.
We should probably get changed back before they get home.
Yes. It would look quite peculiar if they saw us like this.
It would indeed. So we go into the house.
Yep, you knock on the door. The same guy from before opens it. Yes, you're back, right? And you kept safe. Good. I was rather worried. Still dressed as...
Okay. And I keep walking towards...
Nice.
I go to upstairs.
Most peculiar.
My clothes are in your room.
Are they? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they are. Right. Well, you're welcome to change here, or you can go to your... Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I'm going to stay here to avoid people
Okay.
seeing.
I want to try on the green trousers.
Okay, sure.
How do they fit?
A bit loose. Probably, sure.
A man.
He's back.
Haha. Yes, I am real man. They're clearly for a man more rotund around the waist than you. They're very nice material, but they're probably twice the size of your waist.
And what about length?
Yeah, about the right sort of length, yeah. Certainly you've got material there that could be repurposed into better fitting.
Cool. And I will get back into my dress.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Your pissy,
My
dirty,
dress didn't get
sweaty
piss on it,
dress.
but it is dirty.
No, it's just the boots that got piss on them.
But
Horse
the dress,
piss.
The dress does have horse and glass and dirt and everything.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And I take the money out of the pockets and put it back into my reticule.
Mm-hmm.
And I take the pouch out and I put it with the rest of my stuff.
Sure.
How do we tell Rosalind about this?
Well, first of all, we have to see if we even can.
Right.
I don't know what she would start to tell the Viscount.
I do not think she would tell anyone. She did tell us to be careful.
She did, but then she proceeded to tell the Viscount many things, and with servants in the room as well. I wouldn't want to put her in a situation like that. So we
Right.
shall just see, I suppose.
We'll wait for the right time.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to head back to my room now.
You haven't had a chance to look at either of those codes, have you?
Not for a while. We've been quite busy, but
Yes.
the one that we found in Archibald's room the first time, I did have a little look at it. I was beginning to notice the patterns.
Okay. Just mere curiosity was all.
Do you want to have a look at them?
I think you would be better at it.
I brought them with me, in case.
Good. Excellent. Well, I guess we wait for them to get home then.
Yes. Right. And I leave the room, go to my room.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I wait till I hear her door close, and then I head back out to where our father's stuff is being kept.
Yep, sure. So you head out in the dark through the garden to the stables area, which is, there's a couple of lamps up by the sort of back gate entrance, casting dim light across the courtyard, I guess it is. And you can take one of them and head into the into the shed, basically.
Okay. I want to look back through my father's stuff
Mm-hmm.
to see if there's any letters or anything. And then I want to look at the dagger that Agatha found.
Okay, sure. So you turn up the lamp, the wick, so you get more light, and find somewhere to hang it. And make another investigation check.
18.
18. Cool. Yep. So you rifle through the belongings again. No sign of any letters. Your father's journal that he knows you keep. He keeps. No sign of that. Just there are some writing implements. There's an inkwell with a lid on it tightly. In a sort of leather case, there's some quills. But nothing that's actually been written on. If you go back to Harold's case, you pop it open again. There's those two guns sitting there strapped to the back, and the dagger in the center. If you take the dagger, I guess make a I guess just a history check.
10.
Cool. So yeah, you look at this dagger, and you're not versed in weaponry and knives and stuff like that, but you're not stupid. So you can tell that this dagger doesn't seem to have a sort of functionary purpose. It doesn't look like it's used to be a dagger. It's much too ornate. The blade seems to be made of bronze, and the handle looks to be sort of ornately carved ivory of some sort. And the carvings are a sort of Celtic knot style, which you see on lots of books and things like that, on book spines and stuff like that, usually embossed in gold. So it is a sort of a pattern that you recognise as being of Celtic, ancient British origin.
Okay. I'll put it back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to look through Frederick's stuff to see if there's anything that either that resembles the coin or that looks like the key might fit into.
Okay. There's nothing. The only box that you found before you already found the key to. But the key does look similar to the one that you left in the box, but like larger. Probably like twice the size. And it was a very small key, so.
Yeah. And I want to look over the box again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, this box seems to be made out of a very old blackened iron. It's got carvings around the edges and the corners on a sort of brighter silvery metal, probably steel. The engravings on it are again a sort of Celtic knot style, very intricate. The knots almost seem to make patterns within patterns in some places. You've not really seen anything this intricately worked before, especially not something that looks quite so old. Do you open it up again? Mm-hmm. Okay, you open it up. Inside is a sort of dark blue velvet material, sort of soft padding, but it's empty. There's no sound coming from it this time when you open it.
Then I'll close it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the box with me.
Sure.
Back to my room.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll leave everything else.
Okay. Do you put the lantern back?
Yes.
Okay. Hope you put that back. And then, make your way in the dark back towards the house, through the gardens. Grass is a little damp under your feet now. You're wearing your boots, I suppose, so you wouldn't notice, but you can feel it sort of flicking up as the evening is cooling. Agatha?
I did go to my room with the intention of resting, but Thalia sparked a reminder that I need to look at these sofas. Mm-hmm. So that's what I do. I want to start with the one that I've been looking at this whole time.
Cool. Make an intelligence check.
6.
6. Okay. I think with all the adventures you've had today, your mind's just not particularly in it for this one. Mm-hmm. And you don't make any new progress deciphering it.
I'll look at the next one then.
Mm-hmm. So this is the one that I gave you that players themselves had to physically, mentally get to grips with. So how did you get along with that?
I mean,
We as players did great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the role.
Yeah.
So you have...
a big credit to Major for that. You did most of the work.
Yeah, I feel like you did lots of that. We've got it. We've got it written down.
I've
for it.
physically got it.
Oh, do you?
Oh, slay.
Amazing. Well, I guess Agatha figures it out.
Yeah, Agatha has figured it out during this time.
Oh, okay. In temples' halls, where knowledge doth reside, a mystery lies for those who dare to hide. Within these walls, a clue must first be found to unlock secrets that have long been bound. An emblem of rebirth and regeneration entwined, a path to knowledge that few may find. For in temples' halls the answers wait, but only those who seek shall pass the gate.
You're alone, don't look at us. You spend, an hour deciphering this code, and that's what you come up with. under the light of a lamp that keeps fading. You have to keep turning up the wick.
I don't know what to say. I just keep looking at it, and I'm fairly certain that this is what it says, because they're all words. Like there's and some of them are quite long words, so that reinforces that they are correct compared to the smaller words, but I don't really understand what it means. Even when it's in English, it still doesn't make much sense. Has Thalia gone back to her room?
Tell me.
Yeah, but I don't know if you'd know.
Would I have heard her close her door?
Make a perception check.
14.
Did she hear you head back?
Probably. I wasn't particularly sneaking around.
I get up then, I leave my room, go to Thalia's, knock on the door.
It's open.
I make my way in, and without saying anything, I just pass it to you. I think I figured it out.
Code within a code, it seems.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
It sounds like a library.
A library?
Well, yeah. Halls where knowledge resides and secrets that have long been bound. It sounds like a library to me. Perhaps not. For this, I think we should wait until we've got all of us.
Okay.
Do you still have the map?
Yes, I do.
How much of London does it show?
All of it. It shows the entire south of England.
London is a black dot on it, though. So yes, you are it shows all of London.
Perhaps we should get a map that shows the streets, or someone could ask the viscount, I suppose. Something to do with temples.
Is there anywhere in London to do with temples?
I can't say that I know London well enough.
We must find a map then.
Yes. I think we should wait.
Yes.
I'll give it to you to keep hold of. You solved it.
Yeah, I did.
I guess we wait for Rosalind to get home then.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Rosalind, you're sitting in the carriage.
Oh yeah, we must do the carriage.
You're sitting opposite the Viscount. He's just looking at you, smiling on his face. I have to say that was most enjoyable, Miss Rosalind.
Yes, I quite agree. So, what happens in Act 4? Did Figaro and Susanna finally get their wedding?
Oh, they do. There is, and the Count gets his comeuppance. He's caught in his cheating ways, and the Count, in her grace and goodwill, says that she's a much better person than the Count. Did I just say the Count? The Countess.
Yep.
Much better person than the Count, and so that she says she will forgive him, even though he probably would not ever forgive her if she did the same thing. Which, as you saw, she didn't. She merely tried to show him what it would be like if she did. And yes, there's a little funny bit at the end where the Count tries to get Figaro to marry the older lady, who turns out to be his mother. Very
ridiculous.
Very Oedipus. And then that all comes to a happy fruition, and everyone gets what they want. Figaro is married, is in love with his beautiful Susanna, and everyone is happy. Big finish at the end too, but it does get rather rowdy in the theatre at the end there. And then they usually follow it with some sort of comedy piece in the evening, but having been a comedy opera, I think they were foregoing that anyway today.
Well, that makes sense. Well, I'm glad it all turns out happily in the end.
It does.
Yes, I did enjoy myself. It was quite something, and the building is so beautiful. I've never seen such places before.
And it's only built a few years ago, after the last one burnt down.
Yes, of course, my papa said something about fire, but...
Yes, we all gave donations towards the new theatre. I believe your father did as well.
Yes.
I expect you'll find there's a brick with his name on there somewhere. I know there certainly is one for me.
Oh, well, I should love to go back someday and find those.
Yes, that sounds wonderful. Perhaps in a week or two we can go again if you're still here.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
In the meantime, there are still many sights of London that I would love to show you ladies around. Perhaps tomorrow we can take a visit down some of the streets near me, some of the shops. Like I said, there was many wonderful dress and suit makers there. It's getting quite fashionable, especially down on Savile Row.
Yes, that sounds wonderful. I must admit, while I am in London, I should hate to miss out on something like that.
No, of course, and there's no expense. You allow me to treat you all. Expense is really no issue for me. I'm incredibly rich.
You are as kind as you are rich.
Oh,
You're not obligated to do these things
I know,
for us.
but you know, when three young ladies in clear distress turn up on your doorstep, you are in fact obligated to have them however you can, and I feel compelled to.
Well, I think that speaks volumes about your honour and your kindness.
Well, thank you.
It has been a truly wonderful evening.
And I'm sure your father would expect no less than me, and I do wish to impress him.
Well, when we find him, I shall be sure to tell him of all your kindness and everything you've done for us. It will not go unnoticed.
Oh, there's honestly no need. I don't do it for the praise and the thanks. I do it because it's the right thing to do.
I fear you are a very special sort of man, then.
Thank you. It looks like we're almost home.
Yes, wonderful.
I'm sure we can have some supper whipped up for everybody. I'm sure you've worked up an appetite.
Yes, that sounds lovely.
And yeah, the horses pull to a close outside the front of the house. He hops down, and offers up his hand to you to come out of the carriage.
Step down with him.
Mm-hmm. And then he waves off the carriage driver, who heads off around the back and knocks on the door. The doorman opens and you re-enter the house. Well, I think we should probably get changed into something a little more comfortable, don't you?
Yes, but I fear I have only the dress I arrived in, and yes, I do have a day dress I can change into.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure the servants would have washed any of your clothes by now anyway.
Wonderful.
If not, I shall see what we can make do. My sister does have a number of clothes here that might be useful, might fit the three of you. Speak to Henry, and he'll be able to sort you out with anything.
Of course. Thank you.
And you can head off wherever you want.
Okay, so I'll go back up to my room then.
Sure. The two of you would have heard the commotions, and doors, and the loud voice of the viscount, so you'll know that they're home now. You can hear Rosalind coming up the stairs.
I'm going to wait for her to go into her room and close the door. Do you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I open mine and I quickly go to Talia's and knock again.
Open.
Rosalind's back.
Yes.
Should we ask her how the opera went?
Sounds like the right thing to do. Okay,
All right.
I'll follow you.
Okay. Go up to Rosalind's room. Knock.
I guess.
Hi. We were just wondering how the opera went.
Oh, it was quite enjoyable. It was quite a lot, but it was enjoyable and funny, and there were lots of very finely dressed people. How was your evening? You may come in if you'd like. The viscount is preparing a supper for all of us. I am sure it will be ready soon.
Very well. I head in.
I'll follow. I'll shut the door.
Yes, our evening has been quite well.
Agatha thinks that she has solved one of the codes.
Oh,
Really?
Yes. I have it on me.
Was this the one that was in Papa's letter?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, what does it say?
Well, I've written it on top.
Rebirth and regeneration. Well, I've no idea what this could mean. But well done. When on earth did you have the time? I thank you, Agatha, for looking. It now seems we have more to unravel.
I think that it refers to a library.
Well, perhaps.
And
Or
Temple's Halls,
the bits about knowledge.
yes, and Bound, and Temple's Halls comes up an awful lot, and
We
do not know anything about London.
We were wondering if we could find a map of London, if there is a town called Temple, or if...
Well, I am
There is-
sure the Viscount has many books or maps or plain knowledge of London. He seems to have lived here for many years.
Yes.
I can try and find out, perhaps?
Well, yes, it seems like that is something we should do.
Yes. He did mention something about escorting us to different parts of London tomorrow and showing us various places. I'm not sure if that could be an opportunity to investigate and ask such things, or to suggest somewhere to visit, but it's a start, and I'm sure we can find something. It all seems so uncharacteristic of Papa to leave such riddles. He's always been so straightforward, and I just don't know. But
It seems that there's a lot that we don't know.
it does, doesn't it?
What I do know is that I'm actually rather hungry.
You should go down for supper then.
Yes, I think that is a good idea. I need to change first, of course.
Of course.
You brought other clothes.
Well, only one dress. This was lent to me. It seems
Well-
rather silly now.
Well, I suppose we shall go and wait for you to change then.
Thank you.
Let us know when you are ready.
Yes, and we shall go down together.
Yes.
All right. So once they're gone, I call a maid to help me get changed.
Yep, sure.
Get the red dress off. Get back into my nice dress that I was wearing before.
Yeah, you have to turn up the oil lamp a couple of times as the time goes on. It seems to be as the wick burns through. Yeah, they help you get changed. You can hear a sort of little handbell ding-a-ling-a-linging downstairs, and the bell invites you.
It is time.
So yeah, if you wish, you can all head down to the dining room where a light supper has been arranged. Some roasted beef. I don't know why I did that with a TH.
Some roasted beef.
Some pork. Cheese.
That's that with a K or a C.
Porf.
Sorry.
Sorry, tell us about our dinner. Oh.
It's poisoned. You die. Yeah. Some beef has been roasted and sliced. There's bread. There's wine. There's some cheeses that seem to be French, brought over from somewhere. Spanish olives.
They just seem French.
To you.
They look at you and they go, oh, bonjour.
Sorry, can
Don't
you
know why
please
I
tell us
bother
about the dinner? We
sometimes.
want to know.
Olives.
Are we sat at the very fancy table again?
Yes. The viscount sits at the head. You're welcome to choose any setting of the 12 that are at the table.
Can I sit at the other end? Like
Sure.
the other head of the table?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'm going to sort of look between you, and I'm really not sure what to do, because usually in social settings everyone sits together.
Mm-hmm.
So I just awkwardly kind of pick a seat in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And I'd say there's probably about 12 feet between... It's like a 12-foot table, I reckon. It's a very big table. So you're... Yeah, right down the end. He's at the other end. Agatha, where are you sitting?
Kind of awkwardly in the middle.
On the
You can be opposite me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what that means.
There's he's sort of, the viscount sits with a sort of quizzical smile on his face. I won't bite. You can sit closer if you wish.
Do I have to make the same promise?
What promise?
And I won't bite. I'm kidding. That's not canon.
Very well. And there's a number of candlesticks, candelabras. There's 3 of them. One in the center and 2, one close to you, one close to him. That are all lit with like sort of 5 candles in each one, lighting the room up. Many candles around the outside as well. People are bringing in the food for you guys, and you begin to eat.
This all looks wonderful, my lord. Thank you again for providing things like this for us.
Oh, it's really no trouble. I was going to eat myself anyway. Not lead myself, obviously. I was going to eat the foods.
Of course.
Oh, we jest. Yes, I trust your evening was pleasant, ladies.
Yes, I stayed in my bed and rested.
I'm sure rest would do you the world of good. And you, Miss Thalia, you had a pleasant evening.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to know. Excuse me for being so forward. I haven't done anything to offend you, have I? I can't help but feel there's a little tension between us.
Why ever would you think that?
No. Quite. Well, if you insist everything's fine, then wonderful. Wonderful, he calls from the other end of the table.
You're welcome to sit up this end, you know.
You know what? I don't think I've ever sat anywhere else but in this chair. You know what? I will. And he pulls his chair back, stands up. His people, a couple of staff come to pick up his plate. He's like, no, I've got it. And he picks up his plate and his glass, and he sort of hobbles down and finds a space in between the two of you. So it's probably now like he's now sitting with an empty chair either side, Thalia at the end, and then you're on the other side of the empty chair, and then you're across. Yes, wonderful. And he sort of awkwardly shoves out the other plate that's sitting there, that's just there, puts his down. Yes. Wonderful. Interesting view from here. It's different.
Now you get to see how the rest of us live.
Yes, quite right. Well, I trust the food is good.
Yes, it's lovely, thank you.
It's Angus beef. From Angus.
And how was the opera?
Oh, it was delightful. I've seen that one. The Marriage of Figaro. Did I mention? Before that's what we saw.
Perhaps that was just to me.
Let's see. Yes, wonderful Italian opera written by Mozart. Yes, a comedy, a opera bouffe, I think it's referred to as.
Yes, it was lots of fun.
Yes, it was very delightful. Lots of physical comedy and easy to follow for one such as I that does not speak Italian. For all my sins.
Can I see if I know any other of his thoughts?
Sure, insight check. Basically just...
Oh.
Rubbish! 2.
You're enamoured with his talk. You
I'm absolutely not.
You especially enjoyed the bit where he said he couldn't speak a language.
I did. Oh, well, I suppose that means that Rosalind had to translate everything for you then.
Oh, well,
Yes, she did. That was so wonderful that she can speak Italian. It was a new experience for me. We both got something out of it, didn't
Yes,
we?
you speak many languages.
yes, it was the least I could do in return for your kindness. And
How many languages do you speak?
Oh, I speak 4.
Fluently?
Well, reasonably fluently. I, of course, speak the King's tongue. My Spanish is reasonable. My French, I would say, is above par. My German is passable German. And yes.
And then I ask in German, have you ever been to Germany and what was your favourite thing about it?
He replies in German. The accent's not right there. It's very much, he speaks in German sounding like this still, and so some of the vowels and the consonants don't really come across the way they should, of course. And he says, I spent some time in Hamburg on business trips. We have some business things there, whatever the word is I'm trying to think of.
partnerships?
Sure. Endeavours, I think, whatever, you know what I mean. So yeah, he replies in, perfectly adequate German. There's nothing you can critique him on that he hasn't already said that his German's not great. So he says, in German, he continues, when did you learn to speak German?
I've always spoken German.
Oh, wonderful. It was one of your school tongues, was it?
My mother taught me.
Your mother taught you? Your mother's German?
No.
I see. Wonderful. Yes. Oh, sorry, ladies, we should not. We
Yes,
were
I'm
just...
afraid German is not
Yes.
one of my languages.
Yes, it's definitely an acquired tongue. It does not roll off of mine the way it does yours. Very impressive. Pray tell, which, while we're on the subject, what other languages do you all speak?
Well, as you know, my Italian is all right. My French.
I'm sure I can't compare, obviously, but you seem to do an adequately fine job of translating. I'm sure you are just putting yourself down there by not giving credit where it is due.
Well, thank you.
Tell me, girls, how is her Italian?
I cannot say I've heard it.
Oh, very well. I apologise.
Well, regardless, if I helped enlighten you on the phrasing in the opera, then it is good enough for me.
Wonderful.
And besides that, I have some French and some Russian, though I fear that is not quite as good as my French.
Russian? That's fascinating. I don't speak a word of it.
Yes, my mother was quite insistent that I acquired many skills.
Wonderful. Russian? Wonderful. And Thalia, German, English, of course.
And French.
French. Wonderful. And Miss Agatha, you?
Please remind me.
English, French, and I think...
It is. We changed it on the character sheets, I think, so it does
Yeah,
say.
so it's written down. And I think Norwegian.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, I speak French and Norwegian.
Norwegian, German, Russian. What an interesting set of curious languages.
Well, there is not much else to do in the country besides broaden one's mind in such ways.
Yes, yes. I suppose technically I also speak Latin, but one only reads Latin. You can't truly speak it. It's a lost language. Despite what people insist, we don't really know how it sounds. But I read Latin to a fair extent. My Greek is passing. No, my Greek is good. I picked it up at Eton.
It's quite impressive set.
Well, it really is nothing. It's just what's expected of a man of my station, much like yourselves, I'm sure.
Yes.
Thalia, whatever is that thing hanging from your nose?
Oops.
Ha ha
I think
ha.
that's been out the whole time.
That's not canon. Got it pierced on the way. Just like, yeah, just passed a piercing shop down. Doxed in. I was like, that looks interesting. Wine? Anybody?
I will take a little. Some of your own, if there is more going, was quite delightful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Jeffrey, he goes and fetches a bottle of the good stuff, pops the cork, pours a little for you.
Thank you.
Please, do enjoy. You downed it.
No.
Oh.
No. But I'm drinking it faster than Rosalind probably
I
is.
I've just I actually don't like it that much. I'm just taking very nice, polite sips. Yeah. Rosalind drinks wine when it's appropriate and the right thing to do. But yeah, I'm taking my time trying to drink it in the correct way that he was telling you about earlier.
So, I was thinking tomorrow we might visit some more sites in the day. Perhaps do a spot of London shopping, Savile Row, not far from here. Get you all some fresh clothes, perhaps. And in the evening, once people have finished with work, I'll go and do some networking at White, see if I can get some information for you girls.
That would be most appreciated. And it is tomorrow's business, truly, but I would be very grateful if you would to be able to inquire after my brother Archibald.
Archibald, yes. Yes.
We have heard no word from him as far as I'm concerned, and I should just like to know if he had checked by White's before we did.
Yes, of course, of course. No one mentioned it to me at the time, but of course, sharing others' private business is not really what White's is about. But
No.
But having made the connections now between you and your fathers and me, I believe they'll be more forthcoming with information. And I'll see to that in the evening tomorrow and see if we can shed some light on it. Archibald, missing. Dreadful.
Well, I'm sure it's only a delay with the post for Archie, but yes, I should feel much better about it if you did inquire.
And did you find anything else useful in your father's belongings that might help?
I think another look through is needed.
Yes, quite. Well, I'm sure in the morning when with a fresh set of eyes, as they say.
Yes.
Yes, cards, anyone?
I am not sure I have the energy. I am terribly sorry, but the opera was a wonderful reprieve, and I'm very grateful for it, but it seems reality has come back quite hard. Quite
right. If you need to retire, feel free. There was no shame in taking an early night.
It's quite all right. I shall finish my drink.
Of course. Would either of you care to engage me with a little cards?
Do I know any card games?
Everyone played whist.
I can't remember if you chose cards or chess as your thing, but basically, yeah, everybody can play some card games.
Did I pick cards? Because that would be fun if I did. One moment. Hold caller.
I think even if you haven't picked it, it's reasonable to assume Thalia knows how to play some card
No.
For
games.
me,
I
it
wanna
says
know how
I've got a
to-
dice set.
Yeah, so your chosen sort of game is dice.
I don't know how I find what my game is.
If you go under
I'm not sure.
proficiencies,
I
and
think
languages.
I don't think you have to be proficient in a game type. I think it's just one of those things that gives you the belongings.
No. Okay.
So I think you can play all technical games or whatever. You can just choose if you
Yeah,
like
I'll
cards.
play.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose one game wouldn't hurt.
Oh, wonderful. Please bring some cards. And as you'll finish up with your supper, you can retire to one of the other rooms to play some games.
I now really want to watch this card game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to take my wine, which I'm still drinking very, very slowly because I'm being very cautious to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, follow wherever they're going to play cards.
When the wine was poured out, was I given a glass of wine?
Yes.
So I
I've got
take it
dragon
with me, and as we're walking, I slowly try and hand it to Thalia.
We swap cups.
Sure. The 17-year-old with the drinking problem.
She just keeps handing them to me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it.
Okay, so you settle down for some dicing. Grab yourself 3d6.
Oh,
It's the square one.
yeah.
Us!
It's going to give
Okay.
me luck.
Sure, roll your dice. So you look at your cards, add up your total. And then if you want, you can choose to re-roll one of your dice. Which is like choosing to like sort of swap out a card. Okay. I rolled a 9.
13.
Okay, so you're putting down your cards and like you've got better cards. You're like, oh, well done. Round 1 to you. Best of 3?
Sure. And what does the winner get?
A wager.
Well, we might as well make it interesting.
What did you have in mind?
Ladies, any suggestions?
I've never gambled in my life. I'm sure I don't know what a reasonable bet is.
Well, what would you like if you won?
What would I like? If I win, you all have to agree to join me on a carriage ride along the Thames,
That's fucking...
past Westminster.
You can think of something more interesting than that.
And if I win, I would like... What would I like?
Don't know. Has to be more interesting than that, though.
Yeah.
What does
I'm
Thalia want?
right here, Agatha.
Oh no, this is Morn.
Just look around his house. What do you want? What do you want to nick? Or rightfully win? What do you want to take from his house? Anything you've seen?
Is there anything that I've seen that looks like really... I don't know. Something that I would want.
Something that would interest you.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Wow, the dice really want me to win this game, or it's all going to fall apart.
Yes. In the dining room where you've just retired from is a shield of his family crest and a saber that what you can clearly infer is his one from his time as a soldier.
Okay.
For
And if
instance.
I win, I want your shield and saber.
My shield and saber. I mean, the shield's been in my family for generations. The saber, I saved my life on more than one occasion during the war. I think perhaps I might have to up mine, if that was to be the case of equal measure. You ask for a lot, Thalia. Very well. If I win, I would like to take you as my wife. If your husband, if your father agrees for permission. How does that sound? It's just a joke. It's just a jest, of course. Of course, I could not part with my sword. It is much too meaningful to me. Please, choose something. Choose something else.
Perhaps just the shield then.
Nor the shield. It's my father would never forgive me if he were alive.
I guess you don't think you're going to win then.
Oh, I'm positive I will win. But one does not get ahead by making such frivolous bets. That's the sort of nonsense that some of the gentlemen at White's might engage in, but not me.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
13?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that I would have seen that I want?
That you would want. It's a really nice pair of boots that he has out by the front of the...
Also just remembered something that you saw in his house that you did want.
What did I want? Yeah, no, I've been thinking about this. Okay. Perhaps then, instead of the sword and shield, perhaps the lion's head.
Whatever would you do with the head of a lion?
Or whatever are you doing with the head of a lion?
I like to look at it. I
Then why shouldn't I want it?
hunted it myself in Africa.
Well, you see, us ladies aren't allowed to do stuff like that.
True. Very well. I can always get myself another. Shall we?
And just to clarify, if you win, we go for a carriage ride.
Yes.
Okay.
All around London, down the Thames. Which I think you'll find it quite enjoyable.
Am I allowed to re-roll one?
You can re-roll one, and you have to accept the second roll.
Do I re-roll it?
That's already pretty good.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure. What are you looking for?
See what he's got.
to see if you're like feeling confident or
Slay.
oh. 5.
Does he wear glasses?
Seems. Does he wear glasses? No.
Is there anything reflective behind him?
Make. There's his buttons and stuff like that on his jacket. Make a perception check. You'll have to roll a natural 20.
2. No, I'm going to stay with what I've got.
Okay. $11.
15.
Okay, so that's 2 in a row.
Well, it's out of 3. I've
Yes.
won.
That's what I was just double checking. So,
Or should we do all or nothing?
Agatha!
well, I'm game if you are.
Well, if we're doing
We'd
all
have
or
to add
nothing,
something more to the bet, wouldn't we?
then I want the sword.
It's not happening. Very well, the lion's head is yours. I'll have my men box it up and send it to your house, I guess.
Well, it can stay here while I'm here. Maybe I'd like to admire it.
Of course, your new lion's head.
Can be taken up to my room, I'm sure.
Very well, very well. We'll sort that out tomorrow. Well done. He hands over his gloved hand and gives you a shake.
Seems I'm awfully good at cards.
It does.
Or perhaps the Viscount is not very good at cards. Couldn't think of anything sassy to say.
Okay. Do you all play a few more card games with him? Just less interesting affairs? Cool. The evening continues however you'd like it to.
I want a lion's head.
Yeah. Okay, after a certain amount of gaming, Rosalind finally finishes the glass of wine.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stand up very politely, excuse myself, thank the Viscount again for the opera and for the wonderful evening that he provided for us, that he didn't have to, and I'm very grateful for. Turn and very quickly congratulate Thalia on the lion's head, and then go back up to my room.
Cool. Yeah, the Viscount sort of waits for you all to retire one by one before he heads to bed himself.
Yep. I leave, go back up to my room.
Have a pleasant rest.
Thank you. Good night.
Well, I can't think of anything else to try and win off of you, so I suppose I should retire.
Yes, always while the odds are in your favour, they say. Well done, congratulations.
I want to know about him.
You're in a room alone.
You're
with
in
him.
his house.
Yeah. If you want to know about him, get to know him.
I know. But I need to know what I want to roll into.
You can make conversation and then roll insight on the conversation.
Uh-huh. Now I need to think of a conversation. You see the problem? Talia's in my brain. She can't speak. So... You seem kind.
Thank you, I do try. You seem, ill at ease.
Yes.
I do apologise if that's on me. If there's more I can do to help you feel more comfortable, please do. If not, suggest to me, to my staff, if you would feel more comfortable. In human resources.
What do you think of Rosalind, then?
She's wonderful.
Now I roll inside.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, well, if you want.
Oh, that's rubbish. 10.
Seems genuine.
How did you meet her father?
Oh, I mean, mostly at White's, but both our fathers are connected in business, I believe, or was. Mine passed 4 years ago now, and yes, we keep acquaintance. We're not friends per se, but I would like to think that we are well acquainted at least on a business level. We find
So what makes you better than anybody else who may have proposed?
desires on Rosalind. Well, I suppose like any man, one can only be his best and hope that that's enough for a woman. I did learn rather early on that being frightfully rich does not particularly help long term. In fact, is sometimes a hindrance. And I am frightfully rich, as you know. So I try to be a better person.
Frightfully rich, as you so like to remind us, it seems like you would have many options of women to go after.
And I do and have, yes. But I just find something about Rosalind is far more... She doesn't seem so interested in my money and station.
Yes.
So, just rolling an insight check on you, 14. Just for that huff. Does he get anything from you?
No, just that I think he's snobby.
Okay. I realise you think I'm a bit of a snob. I can't help the sort of breeding that I've come from, I suppose. We're all victims of our own circumstance, but
I would hardly refer to yourself as a victim, sir.
Well, no, quite right. But then, of course, you know, all three of you come from good stock yourselves, of course. Yes, I might be slightly higher ranked than... Slightly higher ranked than Rosalind's father, but not by much.
And so that doesn't... Forgive me, it seems like you're trying to say that we are on equal footing to each other.
Well, we're not all human beings on equal foot in the eyes of God, eventually. Yes, I have more money, more connections, a rich history of connections to the throne. But, you know, as they say, if you cut me, do I not bleed? I forget who said that, but I've had more opportunities, but ultimately...
More opportunities? Is that what you're putting it down to?
Well, yes, sorry. I have to play a rich bastard. Yes, I appreciate that my birth gave me a sort of a number of opportunities that some may never rise to, but I feel like given these opportunities, it's my duty to then share that with others. As I'm heavily invested in the arts, and there's a school for orphans that I give money to on regularly. You're not there, you can't laugh.
Miss Thalia, Rosalind's up in her room.
And why has his voice suddenly gone like this? I guess he's on the defence. He's gone back into his really posh voice. Yes, no, I appreciate that I have opportunities that many others do not. And the wealth that I've received, I try to share with the more needy in society. I give to the church. I try to help the poor here in London as best as I can. As I'm sure your families do as well. I know that the Penhallows have a number of social engagements in the village. The library, one of the first of its kind in the whole country. It's fascinating that Rosalind's mother provides for people, along with reading lessons and such. We all do what we can, given the stations that we've been lucky enough to be born into. Your own father, I believe, runs a very successful publishing firm, does he not?
Yes, something that I'm sure you're aware I will not be able to continue with.
No, quite. Well, unless, of course, you find a nice husband, I imagine, who would be able to provide you with the means to continue in a position within the publishing industry, I imagine. I do know a number of fine young businesswomen here in London who run their own businesses. It's not unheard of. There's a I believe there's a very famous woman down at the docks who runs her own shipbuilding. Fascinating. Of course, writing. I believe there's a number of successfully published female authors now that I think times are changing, and yes, there's much more opportunities than when we were younger, when I was younger.
Yes, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 34.
Right. And you think that you would be able to take care of her?
Oh, I'm positive I could take care of her. I would like nothing more.
And how am I supposed to trust you on that?
Through my actions, not my words.
Yes.
I was rolling an insight check to see if he could make any connections between this conversation and your standoffish attitude that you've had towards him, but he did not. He was just confused, on the back foot. Karl Marx hasn't been written yet, so...
No.
Or born.
What does that have any relevance to?
We're talking a lot about social class and stuff.
Oh,
right.
yeah, okay. I was like, what's Karl Marx got to do with Rosalind?
She's definitely going to be a communist. Champagne communist. He just smiles pleasantly at you. His eyes are sort of glazed and confused.
Very well.
Yes, very well. I hope I have set your mind at ease.
I look forward to my lion's head.
Yes, well played, well played. Rightfully yours.
And had I accepted the deal from before, is that how you would have planned to propose to her?
No, that was just a poor joke on my part.
You waited an awfully long time before you decided to say it was a joke.
Yes, perhaps apologies will be in order.
Yes, I think that would be wise.
I think yes, well, I don't think this is a discussion for you and I anyway. We really need her father present.
Yes. So I wouldn't want to do anything to make people think otherwise while her father's not around.
Make an intimidation check with charisma.
9.
Cool. You're quite right, you're quite right.
Happening?
The candles blow out in the room from a breeze that's got through the through the windows. Oh, one moment, and he calls out to a staff member. You're both now left in pitch black. He calls out. The door opens, sheds some light in the room. The lamps seem to have blown out. Could we get those relit? I suspect. Are we heading?
It seems like that was a sign for us to retire for the night.
Yes. No, you will leave the lamps as they are. We'll relight them in the morning. Please, as always, the house is yours. Make yourself comfortable. Have a good night's sleep, and thank you for this conversation.
What did that mean?
Just thanking you for the conversation.
Do I know how he feels about the conversation?
Make an insight check.
No. No, I don't.
What did you roll?
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Whatever he feels, you got the upper hand.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's what you know.
Yeah, I knew that anyway.
You ran rings around this man. And he's definitely intimidated by you.
17-year-old child.
Well, good night then.
Yes. pleasant dreams. Or whatever they said back then.
Don't let the bed bugs bite.
And I go into my room.
Cool.
Oh my god, sorry. Oh.
Okay. You all head to sleep, I guess?
I'm reading my letter from my dad. I actually, as a player, just want to reread it because it's been a while.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you want to read it out again so everyone could hear it?
Sure, why not? My dearest Archibald, if you are reading this letter, then I am no longer with you in this world. I write this to you now so that you may know what you must do in the event of my unexpected demise. There are forces in this world that are dark and malevolent, seeking to do harm to humanity. They are not what they seem, and it has been my honour and duty to ensure that they do not succeed. This work is dangerous, but it is important. It now passes to you. I have kept much from you, for it was too dangerous to write down more than was absolutely necessary. However, I trust that you are ready to take on this burden. There is much for you to learn, and you must find your own path with the information you can find in my office. The ring that accompanies this letter will aid you in your greatest need, but it is not to be worn lightly, for it will bring a heavy burden with it. You must be strong and wise as you navigate this path. Know that you must share these secrets with no one else in the family and keep them safe as I have always tried to do before you. Trust few people, but with this letter I have set you on the path to the fraternitas custodum. They will train you. May you find the strength...
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What was that?
Oh, I didn't realise I was still drinking. That was the sound of the shutters of your window slamming.
Oh my god, that was really scary.
That was the idea.
How loud was the bang?
Is it canon?
Yeah, it was a big loud bang.
Okay, that was a big scary bang as I read
Would
my
we have had it from our rooms?
Yeah. There's this just the wind catches one of the shutters and just slams it against the window.
I'm going to leave my room.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on. Would I have been able to tell which room it came from?
Yeah, probably, because probably sounded like quite far away, obviously. So you could probably surmise that it came from Rosalind's room or down the corridor or whatever.
I'm going to go knock on your door.
Yes?
I heard a noise.
Oh. I'm going to come and open the door. It was a shutter, I think. It was nothing.
Okay. Right.
Are you only just now retiring?
Yes.
Is everything all right? With the... I know things are not ideal, and I hope...
Do you like him? The Viscount, do you trust him?
I trust him with many things, but as of now, there are things that I would not wish to discuss in front of him.
I didn't mean to disturb you. I just
It's
wanted
all right.
to make sure that...
It's all right.
I'll leave you to it, I suppose.
One more thing. I'm not going to pry or beg an answer of you, and I'm not sure how much I want to know, but I know you and Agatha did something tonight, and I hope that regardless of regrettable things that have transpired, I hope that you would tell me if there was anything important. I know how things must seem, and I should just... When things are important, that's what matters. And when things pertain to our fathers, we must work together. And
We found something.
You found something?
Yes.
What?
We found a ruby, a key, and a coin
In their things?
hidden away.
Might I take a look?
Of course. They're in your father's things. Or, no, sorry, they've got your crest on them.
I see. Well, in that case, I should like to have a look, if that's all right.
Yes. Come on then. Back to my room.
I'm taking my letter with me. Is Agatha asleep?
Yeah, I am. That's what I have to say anything.
I go and get the bag, and I just hand it to you.
I'm standing awkwardly in your doorway, but I'm just... Okay.
We should shut the door.
Yes, you're right. Sorry. And I do that. So it's the key, the ruby, and the very old coin.
Yeah, in a black bag that's got gold thread.
Do I recognise any of it? Have I seen the bag before or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
You recognise obviously your crest that's stitched into it, but like
Yeah.
there are bags like this just around in your
Yeah.
house.
And so I don't have a clue like what the key could open. Well, I'm afraid I don't know what any of it could be. Does the ruby look like the ruby on the ring?
Similar. It's not the same shape, it's the same colour.
Rubies tend to be.
Yeah.
It is odd. In all my life, I've never seen my father wear rubies or have any sort of proclivity towards them, and now there's two, and I've never seen him wear this before, and it... Do you mind if I take these things and keep hold of them? They are my father's after all, and I should like to...
Of course.
So, do I recognise that the coin is written in Roman?
Latin.
I thought it was Roman.
It's
Roman
a Roman
heroes.
coin,
Oh.
but the Romans spoke Latin.
Sure, make a history check on the coin.
Okay. Oh, I got +3. Oh, 7.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah, it's a really old gold coin. You recognise it as real gold.
Okay.
Looks legit.
The thing is, I was reading my letter, Archibald's letter again, and there's just so much in it that doesn't make sense. And if there was any sort of connection between what Agatha unravelled and what he says here and these items, it's... I just wish I knew what he was talking about. I have set you on the path to the Fraternitas Custodum. They will train you.
Perhaps they are who we will find at wherever
The
it
temple
leads
is.
us.
Maybe.
Maybe the key takes us, gives us a chest to open.
Maybe.
I just have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we don't speak Latin, but would we be aware of what certain words might mean?
How easy is it to go from
Because-
Italian to Latin?
That's what I was
Because
wondering.
that's Fraternitas Cosmodian, was it?
Fraternitas Custodum.
Custodian. So I think I know what that means as Morn.
Yes, well, you're not Morn. You're Agatha.
Alright.
I love that, like, Agatha's asleep and you're like, well, Morn's got some idea.
Alright, okay. Never mind.
It's
And the frustrating thing is I do wonder if the Viscount would have some knowledge, but I don't want to show anyone this.
no, and it's hardly something we can bring up in conversation.
Indeed. I should let you sleep. I'll take these and see if I can work anything else out.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't.
I'm sorry for not saying sooner where we were going. I didn't. I'm just sorry. I will let you get some sleep. And I leave with the pouch of things.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to my room, shut the door, and go take my things and sort of curl up in bed with this, and I'm just going to keep looking at the items and trying to do anything.
I just sit. Did you shut the door behind you?
Yours or mine?
Mine.
No, I just awkwardly ran off.
Okay, I sit for a while and then realise the door's open. And I go and close the door. And go sit back on my bed.
Cool, so we'll call it a day then.
Okay.